cooler. Yeah. We back. Oh, they clipped me on there? That's crazy. Oh, wow. I gotta check that out. Let's see what that is. That's crazy. It is what it is. It is what it is, and it is what it ain't. No.
Yo, Lupac said let her up, Trap.
I did. I'm about to send to her. I was on the other screen. What up, Lupac?
What's up, y'all?
What's the word up, Lupac?
Yo.
What's happening, Grace? I got myself clipped on all my streaming joints. What I gotta do? That's crazy. The niggas done clip me. Damn.
What happened?
I was watching the basketball game on the stream the other day. They clipped me.
Oh, because you had that shit showing where everybody could see that shit, Trap.
Who clipped you?
Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah, you was showing the game, nigga. The NBA about to come run out on your crib, nigga.
That's a fact, my nigga.
You playing with them people.
Wow.
I figure what I gotta do to get it back.
Money, they ain't going for
it. Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, you can't play no. You can't stream no.
How about them Knicks, nigga? Yeah,
it's looking good.
Yeah.
Oh, man, y'all niggas is, come on, my nigga. Y'all niggas is happy with this.
Told y'all we had bodies.
Yo, hold on. What he was about to say?
What he say?
I don't feel. I done turned over a new leaf at 41, so I'm not gonna wow him up. But I just want to hear you know what you was about to say.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Y'all niggas happy with this team, my nigga? I'm from New York, my nigga. I'm still not happy with this team, my nigga. They overachieving, my nigga. That's it, my nigga.
So you're not happy that
no.
the guys?
Wait a minute, you a Knicks fan that's not happy the Knicks are overachieving, nigga? That's the whole experience of being a Knicks fan.
Like that doesn't make sense.
Nah, my nigga.
Like,
I want to feel.
Yo, go root for Brooklyn.
I don't feel good. We gonna take it, my nigga.
You can go root for Brooklyn. They
go root for my nigga. I'm
you don't even want
to. You take
go
it.
I gotta be honest. I'm not.
You missed the whole point of being a Knicks fan.
Go root for Brooklyn. We don't want
come over here, man. You good?
You don't want them. You out.
I'm just speaking my truth. I'm just
once we get Cooper Flag, I don't want to hear nothing.
Out. You're no longer welcome.
I don't want to hear nothing once we get Cooper Flag.
Yo, if y'all get Ron Harper's son, man, I might have to come across the bridge.
Ron Harper's son too. Word. You got some pictures good.
The thing that scared me about Ron Harper's son, and the thing that scared me about Ace, like, I mean, I know they're young boys, but you gotta at least make the tournament. You can't not make the tournament.
They coach was trash though.
It take a team effort to make the tournament though. You can't do it by yourself.
But they coach with pussy though. They coach pretty much with just letting them niggas do whatever they wanted to do. You could tell it wasn't about the team. It was, yo, I'm gonna let y'all niggas do whatever y'all want to do. I ain't even trying to coach these other niggas.
That's not even all right. And if that's the case, yeah, you should win a couple games. Like you got 2 top 3 picks on your team, dude.
Yeah,
like,
but
the 2 top 3 picks supposed to figure it out.
John, this ain't the years when niggas was one and done. These niggas is 27 years old on these college teams now.
Bro, Auburn was crazy.
I know, bro. It definitely is something. I know the
Auburn was crazy. I think they average age of their team was like 24.
It was like 20. It was 24. Yo, you know Auburn is older than Auburn
OKC.
Yeah, they're older than OKC, which is hilarious.
That shit was crazy. That was crazy.
Hey, Trap.
Good defense.
First they coming at the Smokey. Who next, Trap? You think they going after Babyface?
I don't know, man.
It's like,
that Smokey shit crazy.
They going after everybody with this stupid shit. And then on top of that, some housemaids, some illegal housemaids at that. They're not even supposed to be in the States.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, Trap. I'm keeping 100, Trap.
Smokey better call Trump.
We can't talk about stuff, right? But I know what you trying to do, right? I don't think we should be talking about stuff like that.
What, Smokey?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
until like what actually come out, I
Yeah.
think you just gotta
That's a
dead
fact.
I
that
don't
like
believe
type
it,
of
but at
That
the
stuff.
shit
But
is
same time,
it don't
crazy,
matter
I
man.
what you
believe it,
believe.
John,
But
at the same
you
time,
be
Arnold
hold on,
Schwarzenegger walking around with his housemaid.
listen,
So
listen, it ain't about that. I don't care what y'all believe, respectfully. My man trying to do something, and we don't have no real context on none of this. So
who, Smokey?
y'all are just it's no context. It's
Yeah,
none.
it
You have
is.
none. You know nothing.
It's
None of us know
yeah, it is.
anything.
They
So
got lawyers and everything.
we shouldn't be talking about things that we have no real like
Man, there's a
understanding
whole
of.
case on this shit. They suing for $50 million.
And
It's like four women,
this be the problem.
and the
Y'all
star was
get
just
this
talking
be the
about it. He just
problem.
went live, and they got
This
their
be the
lawyers
Who
problem.
went live?
put out a statement. Star,
This
you know Star.
Star.
this be the
Star fight
problem.
about
You
it.
Yeah,
get bits and
the
pieces
lawyers,
of
the girl lawyers put out a statement, and then I
this
guess
be the
Smokey,
problem. You
somebody
get
started a
bits
link
and
that said
pieces of
Smokey refuted it or
information
whatever.
and we just run with it. Like that be
We're
the
not
problem.
running. What are we getting opinions right now? We're still
Yo,
getting more
That's the
information.
point. You giving an opinion on something you have no information about that you really don't care
No,
about.
nigga. I have information about it.
You
You don't
don't
have
have
information about it.
information. You have as
You
much
don't have
information as
information
I
about it,
do.
nigga. No, you don't have
all right,
information. Don't
look,
tell me what
man, let's
I
get
have.
these jokes
You
off,
ain't got
man. Look, if
information.
I'm Smokey and I'm
Nah, ain't
70, I'm
nobody
gonna
trying to
die.
get. Why you
Bitch,
want to get jokes
get it
off
from the
on Smokey,
grave,
bro? I
bitch.
don't get it. Why we
Nah,
getting
that's
jokes off
fucked
on
up,
Smokey?
Crazy. That's fucked up.
Get your
That's
50
my
million
point.
from the
Why is we
grave.
getting
Don't leave
jokes
me
off on
alone.
Smokey Robinson?
Nah, Crazy. That's fucked up because if he did do it,
If he
then
did,
Yeah,
then crazy.
it's
Then
not.
what?
that's kind of a
Nothing to
bad
be
joke.
joking about or have
Yeah.
opinions on. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
it
niggas be
is.
quick to opinions, but I bet if it was you, you wouldn't want nobody to be quick to an
Man,
opinion.
if we in the main stage or we in the main
Man,
public eye, everybody have an opinion on it. We not finna not talk about it
You
because you
niggas
feel some
don't
type
live
of
in
way, nigga.
reality because
Fuck out
you
of here.
don't see these people as people.
man.
Whenever
You
you're
niggas
ready,
don't
Trevor,
live in
I'm
Look,
ready
it's
for
reality.
the
not enough
question.
for
You
the
never
same.
been around
It's
like
not
you
enough
you
opinions
niggas
because
don't be around niggas of nobody of
Nah,
nothing
we
with
hold those
consequence.
niggas accountable. We hold
You
them
niggas,
accountable. If it
who are
happened,
you
it
to
happened.
hold? What are you holding? Tell me, what are you going to do to hold
Our
Smokey Robinson
opinions,
accountable?
nigga. Listen,
No, explain that to me.
if Smokey
What
fucked them
is you
bitches,
doing? No,
lock his ass
What
up.
are
If he
you
fucked the
doing?
motherfucker, fuck
What are
my
you
fuck.
gonna do that's gonna hold Smokey
I'm
Robinson
about
accountable?
to voice my opinion and
Nothing.
change other minds, nigga. That's what the
Nothing.
fuck I'm gonna do.
You're
What the
not
fuck
gonna
is you
do
doing?
nothing.
Fuck is you doing?
You're not
Fuck
gonna
is you
do
doing?
nothing.
Except
yo,
for
I'm
taking
not
the
once
trying to
opinion
it
you
talk
don't
about
know.
it.
But
once
you
it
feel the
I'm
same way.
not
becomes the
trying to talk
news, it
about it.
becomes a topic of public
You don't talk
conversation.
about it, John.
Once
Shut
it's
your
on
ass
the
That's
up.
what I'm
We not
news,
saying.
talking
once it's
about it.
on the internet, it's open for everybody to
Yeah,
talk about.
exactly. We not finna
It's
talk
just
about what
public
you don't want to
interpretation.
talk about it.
It's not for you to act like you know expert on the topic or like you
I
know
got
what
the
the fuck is
justice.
going
I
on.
don't care if he did that. As long as you seen Pat P go upstairs for it, right? He got horse. Sometimes that's gonna happen, but as long as that motherfucker jump, I ain't gonna give a fuck. I got counter
Niggas done not
justice.
talking
And
about
you
what you
do the
talking about,
same thing to
crazy.
niggas. That's what he do. He do. I can't.
Yeah, crazy. Like you were saying, crazy. If that shit is out there, we definitely gonna have opinions on it. Until more information come out, we speaking on it. Just like Diddy, just like anybody else that get caught up with these cases. We not finna hold our tongue on some shit just because you feel a certain way about the shit. Fuck that.
I don't feel no way about it. I'm saying you niggas don't care. You niggas just be wanting to
You
run your
don't know
mouth.
what we do, nigga.
You niggas just
You
be
talking
wanting to
from
run
yourself.
your
You don't know
mouth. You
how we
niggas
feel
just be
about it,
wanting
my
to
nigga.
run your mouth about things that have nothing to do with hip hop.
That nigga,
This is
shut
not.
the
It's not
fuck
opinion
up, my
based. Yo,
nigga.
somebody getting sexually assaulted ain't no opinion, nigga.
It
Sometimes you
is an
niggas need to
opinion.
shut the fuck up.
It is an
That's what
opinion.
you niggas need
It's
to
my
do.
opinion. I don't
Sometimes
think
just
it
shut the
happened. I
fuck
think the
up and
bitch is after her money bag. It's my
get out
opinion
of
on that.
people's
If you don't know
get out
about
of
it, then shut
How
the
people's
fuck
long
up.
is
bedroom and
this?
You ain't gotta like
courtrooms.
it, nigga. I think it's a money bag. That's my
Some of
opinion.
you
What you gonna
niggas
do
need
about
to
it?
shut the
What is
fuck
you gonna
up
do
and
about
get
it?
out of niggas'
What
bedroom
is
and
you gonna do
courtroom.
about it except for mix the truck, nigga? Exactly.
Like
Shut
that's
the fuck
it.
up and sit
That's
your ass
all you
down in the
niggas need
studio,
to
nigga.
do is get
You
out of
ready to
niggas'
get to the
That's
bedroom and
it.
question,
courtroom.
Trapper?
You're
We
not
letting
gonna
this
do
go
nothing
on.
talk about holding niggas accountable.
The fuck?
You holding
Got a
Blame
fucking
nothing,
Gary.
nigga.
engineer
You ain't
thinking that he
holding
gonna
nobody
hold
accountable
any
or
What you
motherfucker.
nothing.
said?
Nigga, sit
What
your
is
ass down and
what
mix
are
Blame
something.
you gonna
Gary.
do to hold somebody
Blame
accountable?
Gary.
Mix something, nigga. We having a conversation about
What
it.
are
That's what
you
we
gonna
doing.
do to hold
That's what
somebody
we
accountable?
doing. We having a
I'm gonna
conversation
hold this
about it.
nigga accountable. You ain't
Yeah,
holding
bro,
shit.
we having a
You
conversation
holding
about it,
nuts,
nigga.
nigga. You not holding
Yeah.
nobody to nothing. Nobody
Obviously,
cares
you got
about
that
your
nigga dick
opinion,
in
to be
your
honest.
mouth. Obviously, you ain't want his dick nowhere beside your mouth.
All
Nobody
right,
cares
man.
about
Niggas
your
ain't gotta
opinion, so
go
that's what you
there,
want to
man.
do.
I relax. This
Come
shit
on,
ain't that
Craze. You
Ain't
know,
serious, man.
nothing
eventually,
all
Nobody
that shit.
cares.
That nigga sucking
hey,
that nigga dick
Craze,
in your
you know,
mouth. What you
eventually
talking
it
about?
was
Crazy.
about
Fuck
to
out of
go
here.
there, man.
Nobody
Like, it
cares
ain't
about
even
this
that
shit.
serious, man. All right.
Damn, they draft Smokey Sun.
Hell yeah, Smokey
Yeah,
out of
man.
here, man. They going for his old ass.
The air fried. Damn.
Can we get to the question?
I just said the first question I asked was Trap. Hey, do you think they're coming for Babyface next?
No, I
Nah.
was talking about is hip hop
Thanks.
black culture or just born from it.
He just born from
Go
it.
ahead,
I
Ain't
J
think
black
Melly.
it's
culture.
hip hop culture.
Nah, black culture ain't hip hop
I
culture.
mean, yeah, black. Yes, it is. Like,
No, it's not. Two very different things, bro.
want to know what the consensus of the
A
room.
lot of black motherfuckers who ain't hip hop.
True that, but I think hip hop is
My
black culture.
my grandfather was black as a motherfucker, but he wasn't hip hop.
But
So was
most
my
of the thing,
grandmama.
but
Black
most
culture
of the
is
thing,
hip hop culture, but hip hop culture is black culture.
Let me ask you this question, then, Craze. Would you say blues culture is black culture?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say jazz music is black culture?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So then that means, therefore, any art
hip
form we
hop is
create
black
is
culture.
black culture. So hip hop is black culture.
Yeah, but you
for
can't
sure.
put it. But there's a reason why you can't put that on it, because when you say that, you kind of belittling black culture, because so much comes with hip hop, and hip hop is so much of a strong voice. You can't put it inside that box, because they give you. Because if they start making hip hop black culture, that's when you get the perception that Sexy Red is every girl in the ghetto. Not about the girl that actually grows up in a project and goes to college and makes something of her. So you think every girl that comes from the ghetto is Sexy Red.
But you gotta think about this though, Craze. Like everything that hip hop do, like because if anything, hip hop took from R&B, blues, and all that. You feel me? So therefore, like it's the same. We gotta put that as the same thing, bro.
Hip hop is black
For
culture,
the
but
simple
black
fact,
culture is not hip hop culture. It's a lot of black people that don't identify with hip hop, but all of hip hop identifies with black culture. So hip hop is black culture, but black culture is not all of hip hop culture.
so
But black culture is not all of hip hop culture.
Yeah, roll away.
So
Yeah,
what I
roll
was
away.
gonna say was, I feel like I know where Craig's getting at, because the shit that's going on in hip hop nowadays with the, you got emo, you got suicidal motherfuckers, it's just opening the floodgates, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, and all that's not black culture. But and y'all call me crazy if this sounds crazy, but I feel like every representation of hip hop today, there's a black kid like that in the community. There's a black emo kid in the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might not hang out with the nigga, but we know the nigga that run like Naruto to the lunch line at school. You know what I'm saying? Or just the weird nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it so far-fetched to say that hip hop and black culture, have gotten to a point, where we have a representation of every type of black person? You know what I'm saying? Is that weird to say? Or like,
But that's more realistic to say, because I remember them niggas. It used to be them niggas stayed on the side. Like when we was beatboxing and making beats on the table, the anime niggas wasn't over there with us.
And that's what I'm saying. The
you
anime
get what I'm
niggas
saying?
is freestyling now. The
Yeah,
anime niggas is dropping
so
on the rap
now,
bars.
yeah, so now they coming over to the table and now they making the beat. It's the same shit I say about Kanye. Kanye was the nigga that was he was the weirdo nigga that was over at the other table in the lunchroom that was mad as a motherfucker that nigga was over there. Like, damn, when I get over there, what?
Right,
and now we got all these niggas. Now we got all these niggas.
See, but see,
So
Crazy, you gotta understand this, right? My generation watched Dragon Ball Z. We watched Ghost in the Shell. We was into a lot of different shit, but we was good niggas. We was selling dope, but we sitting up smoking weed, watching fucking anime cartoons because it was cool.
Yeah, I grew up watching Five Deadly Venoms, nigga.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when we
I
say
ain't monkey, nigga.
certain shit only applies.
Shaolin, nigga. I grew up watching all that shit.
Listen, certain shit. Hold on. Certain shit only applies because it's like kung fu flicks in the 70s to y'all. It's like Dragon Ball and shit to us. We all watched it. All y'all niggas fuck with that kung fu shit the same way most niggas my age will tell you. We watch Dragon Balls up into a certain point. You know what I'm saying?
But Crazy, let me say this though. Like the reason why I say it's also black culture, because everything comes with it. Like as far as like when we think about hip hop, we think of fashion, right? The black culture was all black. Black culture was always thinking about fashion, or parents was fashionable. Like when it comes to the music, our people, like our parents and stuff, might not listen to it as much as we do, but they fuck with the hip. My mom loved Nelly and loved Mason, Tupac, and all that shit too, and she's going on 80, bro. So
your mom love Wu-Tang?
I mean, you cannot like Wu-Tang and still be hip hop. We're not going to do that. Like,
but you know,
like if it was certain songs, wait, hold on, real quick.
Go ahead.
Like when they talk about knowledge within self, like DJs and all, like everything comes in with that. When my mom and them had, like, even when they got their marriage, wedding and stuff like that, play hip hop shit to it and all that shit. Like, we're not going. It's all really the same shit. Like, for real.
But you know why I say that? Y'all ever been around like one of the pledges, like one of the fraternity brothers? Like I knew this one dude, right? Dude was a straight button up, talk like a straight, like if you close your eyes, you would have thought homie was white. But if you seen homie break down into his step and do his line dance when he start pledging, but then he'd snap right out of that and go right back into talking like a straight up button up dude. But I'd be like, yo, that's how you go from hip hop to that. But when you try to talk to him about hip hop, he ain't know no rap. If you ain't know nothing from like the early, nothing outside like
My
early
mom rock
80s
with
hip hop,
Tone
he
Look
knew.
and all that. Like it depends. Like it just had to hit. Of course, they weren't listening to it like us. Like we ain't listen to their music all like that. But like that's why when it comes to like, I don't know. I
But
feel
you
like
gotta
when
be hip hop
hold
to
on, hold
do
on, hold
them
on, hold on.
steps and
Y'all
all
talking
that when
about
you on the line.
Yeah, let Dan
That's a
go.
y'all
hip
talking
hop
about
Dan.
vibe.
culture.
Yeah, Dan.
Y'all talking about culture. So just you can be a part of the culture and not know what the song is, right? Because you know what the latest dance is, or you know what the latest fashion trend is, or you know what the slang is, or not even that you know it. You're also in the mix of those that's creating it, right? You could be a part of the person that's actually creating the slang, creating the new dances, creating the new fashion trends. And you might not know what the most popular song is out or who got the best 8 bars or whatever. Because culture is a wide spectrum. So when we speak of culture, the black culture, hip hop is black culture, of course, and vice versa. When we think of things like Crush Groove, remember in Crush Groove, when the dude that was playing the Russell Simmons character, they went to his father for money, and his father didn't even understand what they was doing. His father was in the church, and the movie scene, like, what are y'all doing? What's this hip hop? Turn that boombox off, right? So it was other black people within that was still that older black man or black woman. They probably listened to soul music. They probably listened to James Brown or whatever, right? But when hip hop was emerging, they was like, y'all spinning around on a cardboard, y'all look retarded. Or y'all walking down the street with no laces in your shoes. Put some fucking laces in your shoes, son. You look retarded. You know what I'm saying? So you can be black culture and just not know what the new, because at that point, I'm gonna land right here. At that point, hip hop was a subculture. Now it's mainstream. But when you was talking about back during that era, Run DMC, before Run DMC, it was subculture. It wasn't mainstream the way it is now.
So Dean, so when, my bad, go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say, like, I just read the title. I don't think it's even a logical question to ask it. Like, hip hop came from black culture, but obviously the black culture is so much more, which is why in a lot of conversations I find it annoying when people say shit like, "Oh, this person's not a part of the culture." It's like, well, what culture are we talking about?
Because they mean hip hop culture when they say that. They mean black culture.
Black culture
is in the form of hip hop culture.
I was about to say not all the time. Like a lot of times when you hear the reasoning for things, it's like, well, people confuse things like poverty with blackness. Like they say dumb shit.
That's ignorance, and that's a media
like
thing.
Yeah.
That's a media thing, because there's white people in poverty, there's Asian people in poverty, there's poverty everywhere. So that's a media thing to say like, oh, black people are in poverty. Nigga, the world is in fucking poverty.
No, but I'm saying like black people, they'll be like, oh, like this nigga ain't such and such. He ain't from Section 8. It's like, well, what does that have to do with
once again, that is a
you know
white.
I mean?
That's a whitewash way of thinking.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Drake would be part of the hip hop culture, but not the black culture.
He's a part of both. Like, hold on, listen. I'm glad you said that. We cannot.
Just didn't come from.
Hold on. We cannot pick and choose. We as people, I'm not talking about this room, cannot pick and choose when somebody is black and when somebody is not, right? Because just like J. Cole, it's mixed, white mom, black daddy, whatever. So is Drake, right? So is fucking Lotto. You know what I'm saying?
Like, so is Logic, and Logic look right.
Like, let's take Lotto, right?
Jelly Gang Kush.
Lotto came out, let's use her for an example. She came out, her name was originally Mulatto. They changed it to Lotto. She does everything that black women do. She wearing bust down weave, she's shaking her ass, she twerking, she using all the slang.
bro, that's not things that black women. We gotta stop that. And that's the thing, bro. I gotta stop using.
I'm not talking about it as a whole. I'm not talking. We know that every black woman don't do that.
Of what black women say, that's the things black
Nigga,
women
Miley
do.
Cyrus.
You gotta let them finish
That's
that,
what
Joe.
I'm saying.
So hold on. I'm
That
glad
shit
you said
sounds
that.
stupid, Dean.
No,
Like
no, I don't.
she
No,
wear
I don't. Listen. When Miley
my
Cyrus,
mother, I ain't never seen my mother in a bust down week.
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about your mom. I'm not talking about your mom.
Hey, John, you also
John,
gotta understand.
Wait, hold on.
She wasn't always like that, John. She transitioned to who she is today. She wasn't always this girl.
Listen. When you let's take a white artist. Let's take somebody said Miley Cyrus.
But I'm saying my mother never did that.
We're not talking about that era of woman.
My nigga.
That era of woman didn't do that. My grandmother didn't do that.
Freak nigga.
That's things black women.
Uncle Luke.
Yo, Trey, you ain't got Trey. I'm not talking to you. Stop talking.
We talking to the room. Shut the fuck up.
Somebody
You're
else.
not that important.
Every time I come up my mic,
you're not that important.
I don't want to.
You
You're right.
Stop
talking to me.
Stop talking. Interrupted Dean. Niggas is interrupting you. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Ain't nobody talking to you directly. We talking to the room.
Stop talking to me.
You a little low compared to
Y'all crashing out.
Nah, you good.
What I'm saying, I'm not talking about. We know that the previous generations of women didn't behave, and that my grandmother wasn't out here with a bust down weave and twerking her ass, right? But as time went on and hip hop culture became more prevalent, right? I remember, like we always talk about, when Salt and Pepper made Push It, niggas was the media, not niggas. The media was looking at that like, that's too much. They're doing too much. They're over sexualized. That's how people was talking about Salt and Pepper when they made Push It. And then come everything else to Adina Howard and the Little Kim, and it was like, oh, nigga, Salt and Pepper look like church going women compared to what the fucking Adina Howard and Little Kim was doing, right? So there's an evolution, right? But to the black culture part, everybody realizes that they can't even drive their car. They can't even make their engine go forward without black culture. We just seen it with the Met. It don't move without us. It don't move without us. Nigga, 25 years ago, it wasn't that many black people at the Met walking that red carpet.
Yo, Dean, is this a conversation about inclusion?
I'm not talking about inclusion. I'm talking about black culture, in my opinion. I'm not speaking on facts. First of all, I believe that in this 2025 year that we live in this world, that nothing can move forward without black culture. Nothing. Not inside the corporations, outside the corporations, in the streets, entertainment, food,
can I go
fashion,
back to
you name it.
I think it'd be boring. Can I go? Move.
Can I go back to your point?
Chinese restaurants, Chinese people, I'm laying right here. Chinese people have dominated coming into America, right? Koreans, Chinese people, whatever, right? Come in, they put nail salons up, they put them in black neighborhoods. They put up the beauty salons with the hair weaving, all that. They put it in black neighborhoods. The Chinese food restaurants, they put them in the hood. The best Chinese food restaurants in the hood. Like, I'm telling you, because they know.
The only one eating Chinese and going to the Chinese nail.
I did not say that we were the only ones, but we are the driving force.
That, Dean. You know why they get that?
They get land grants and shit like that to do that, Dean.
I know that part. Y'all going too deep.
So can I go back? Can I go back to the part?
Y'all going too deep.
Can I go back to the part of the conversation where Dean, I think you had mentioned I know we was talking about like the Goku shit and like how y'all was talking about Wu-Tang and the blues with the old soul folks when hip hop came in, right? They was looking at niggas twisting they, the breakdancing on cardboard like they was crazy, right? They was looking at Wu-Tang, liquid swords and all that shit. They was looking at it like it was crazy, right? Now, can you break down the correlation? Like it's essentially the same thing nowadays in my eyes, right? With like the emo rappers, like bro was saying, the emo rappers, the Kanyes and them used to sit on the sidelines. Now them niggas got a on the radar. Like that's how I'm trying to correlate it. I'm trying to make it make sense. Like
I can tell you why. Because the shit, mental health, right, used to be something that was frowned upon. Discussing mental health in a public space and being emotional, especially as a man, as a rapper, it was frowned upon 30 years ago, right? When you had people come along, the Eminem, I'm using him as an example, a white man, Eminem, who was accepted by black culture, who spoke heavily about mental health on hit records that spawned around the world, and then kids started dying, drugs, this all kinds of shit, right? And then once the government started pushing, they got commercials about mental health and all that kind of shit in the last 10, 15 years. That shit wasn't out there before. In 1996, it wasn't mental health commercials running on commercial between BET and TRL, right? So once the agenda is pushed, and now it's, Kid Cudi came out speaking about mental health, right? Niggas was laughing at Kid Cudi when he came out. But when other artists, whoever, I can't think of them, but you name any other artist, Logic did a whole campaign around mental health. He did a whole campaign around it, and it was supported with big dollars behind it.
I feel they just pick and choose the messenger, because if you think about it, DMX hit you with emotional music. He might do it in an aggressive way.
His shit was mental health.
He might do it in an aggressive way where you act like it wasn't, maybe, but that was emotional. Like, I'm slipping. Tupac was emotional.
DMX talking to the devil on his songs, talking to his inner demons on his songs. That's mental health.
But when it comes to like conscious rap, like that's overlooked. You know what I'm saying? As far as, because me and my uncle, we've been having that conversation as well. Like, as far as like, I don't know. That's when my brain started going. My bad.
The reason why it's overlooked, because you can't market the bullshit against it. Corporations can't market the bullshit again. You can't market the twerking of the ass. We doing all these drugs. We popping bottles to the conscious rap. They can't sell it in a massive way. I'm not saying they can't sell it, but it can't sell on the same scale of a future of a who's the highest in y'all opinion? Because I don't know. It might be Nas. That might be the highest selling quote unquote conscious rapper.
I think you out of here. I think you, bro. Yo, time for a question.
Kendrick.
Let me speak now, Dean, because you were speaking for a minute. I ain't gonna lie. I think you saying a lot of bullshit.
Go ahead, Fat Nasty. I sent you the invite.
Respectfully.
Fat Nasty.
Like,
my bad.
Yo, bro. Like, every generation got a problem with the generation before, right? Yes, but y'all niggas attribute everything now to hip hop. Like, and it don't even make sense half the time. Like, niggas think hip hop is the breath of black culture, and it's like, no, it's the dominant black culture right now, but it's not all that we have. I ain't getting no fucking call.
Actually, but I think black entertainment is made to entertain other people, because we don't have the privilege to play cops and robbers or play like we in war when we really in one. So to us black people and black kids out there, do we take this shit serious? We take it real, while everybody else could look and laugh, and everybody else could take it as a joke. But this is our real life that we actually live. So it's become a how can I say it? Every new drug they want to promote, they run it through the hip hop. Anything they want to promote, they run through hip hop, and we don't own none of the shit that we promote.
Yeah, because it's like we gods. I wouldn't say that we are making entertainment to entertain other people, because at the end of the day, we are the ones that this, and like if we as black people say something is the thing, that's the thing that everybody's gonna follow. So we are the ones still doing it. Like,
but when you go to them concerts, you see a sea full of white people.
Because they're trying to leech off the because unless you at the club show. They're not leeching off anything. It's just, bro, think about it. We outside every day. We the ones posting this nigga. Oh, we fucked this nigga mixtape. Blah blah blah. The nigga blow up, right? Now white people are like, damn. People saying this nigga hot. Okay, now we like him because black people gave him a stamp of approval, which is why he's at where he's at. Let me finish, bro. And then niggas go, not niggas, but niggas as in people. Then people go to the concert. Well, the tickets are fucking high. So white people are like, oh, we know that he's popular, so we're gonna fucking go. I mean, I don't understand why this is like. What's complicated about that?
Hold on, let me get in right there, because I remember y'all was talking in the room the other day, and I talked to my uncle about it because I thought it was interesting. You were saying a real hip hop show, you gotta feel comfortable sparking a blunt, right? And I think Dirty was talking about like the club shows is pretty much the real shows. The concerts is, can you get in that bag? Because I feel like that was kind of, That's where I felt like he was going with it.
But y'all know there's a reason why we a minority, right? Like if anybody just banked on us just selling to us, they will go broke. Like we're not the dominant people in this country.
Nigga, we spend the most. We spend the most money in the United States per year.
Money. Yeah, we spend a lot of money, but we're not the most. We're not the dominant people. So whenever you get a crowd of people together, if it's just a universal crowd and not just us, it's gonna be more of them than us.
No, that's not true.
Not a universal crowd, a national crowd. Not a universal crowd, a national crowd.
To the point where I just seen something the other day that was basically stating that you know what this world would be like if we actually came together and stuck together. They'll be. You know what I'm saying? Even like Africa as a continent alone, though, is the biggest continent right there, but they make it look like it's one of the smallest ones, though, B. You know what I'm saying? They understand.
Yeah, I'm talking about just in the United States.
No, even in the United States, though. If we was to all come together and actually move as a unit, B, we'd be the most powerful, you know what I'm saying, people amongst this American shit, though. But it's being that they did such a number on us for us to be separated and go against each other that we won't never see what it would be like if we came together and really moved in one unit like that, B, because we control this whole shit.
But we're not dealing with hypotheticals, we're dealing with reality, right? So in reality, anytime you get a mass gathering of people together, like any concert you have, and you got more than what 8,000, what them concerts that be like 10,000 people, you're not gonna get 10,000 people, 10,000 black people.
So my
you understand
question,
what I'm saying?
My question
So it's always gonna be a mixed crowd. And you're always gonna see more of them than us, because generally as a race we are the minority and we have certain disadvantages that we, like homie said, we can't afford those.
That's what I'm trying to say. They make us believe we are the minority. We're not the minority.
But I'm just not just talking about a number trap. I'm just talking about, like homie said, and the people who can afford them tickets, people who have the resources to go to them shows and shit like that. No matter what category you put it in, we still come in at the least amount. So it's always gonna be more them than us. You get what I'm saying?
Is that what Dirty Crazy? Is that what Dirty was trying to say the other day when he was telling me, he was like, I go to shows, I really do this. Is that what? Do niggas consider the club shows the real hip hop shows and the arenas pop?
No, all that shit is hip hop, nigga.
You're not gonna see
in the club. They just get on stage and lip sync.
Concerts. You see a lot of white folks in concerts and shit, but you're not generally gonna see a lot of white folks in clubs to an artist show. It's like black folks in clubs to an artist show, white folks in concerts and shit to an artist show.
White people definitely experience artists in white people definitely experience black artists in nightclubs. The difference
is black people.
But let's be honest, dude.
That's all I'm saying.
Let's be honest. When these artists do these nightclubs, they just go up there with a bunch of their homies. They don't really perform. They just get on stage and lip sing their songs. They might say a couple words. They give you a piece of shit show. At a concert,
when you think about hold on,
because the club is already there for you to have a good time. You just so happen to come to my nightly Friday or Saturday routine. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the artist, but I was already going there even if the artist wasn't coming there. So that's why the artists half-ass they shows in the clubs. But when it comes to the shows on the concerts, they know, oh no, this is a special event for you to come here to buy this ticket and everything. So I'm gonna give it my all. Versus the club, you was already going there Friday anyway. Well, I just so happen to be in your city, and then you were still gonna go there regardless if I was in your city or not. So that's why I'm a half-ass club show.
So those be running
y'all not thinking about this holistically. Y'all not thinking about this holistically. Over the flyover states, outside of the main markets, outside of New York, Atlanta, Houston, and Miami, and all that kind of shit, when you start getting to the Midwest cities that artists have to travel through, a lot of those places have one club that's featuring hip hop music. Right, and it might hold 1,000 people, if that. Right, and in that club, there's black and white people, because that's the only place to go to experience hip hop music. So when a Sexy Red or any rapper is going through those nightclub markets, there are also white people in those clubs because it's the only club to go to in that city.
Yeah,
and the white boys used to be at the fucking hood clubs.
Yeah,
but it's a certain type. But hold on. It's a certain type of white boy, and if it's fucking like my little small city, 500 of us, it might be 20 of them niggas in that bitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
they the
White
ones.
folks
But they
generally
the
love these
ones.
concerts.
But hold on. They're the ones that grew up with us. Like if like Conway go to the Blind Pig, it's a real small venue. They gonna go. If they at the shelter, they gonna go. A lot of that shit depends on who the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? I really think some of them little white boys, if Chief Keef is doing the show in the club, they're pulling the fuck up.
For sure.
They not about to be like,
Yeah,
oh
they
no,
are.
we're
But I'm saying,
scared.
once you get to the
Them
club,
niggas is
you'll
pulling
see
up.
how many white folks do you see in the club at the hood clubs for the artists versus how many
Yeah,
black folks? It's
yeah. But
predominantly
see,
black, correct?
this the thing. This the thing about like it's about what level you talking about. Cause like yeah, if you go to Detroit, you not really gonna see at some of the hood. You're not gonna see
Yeah,
no white.
even if Eminem was there, you're not finna see a lot of white folks
Yeah,
at the
but if
hood
no.
clubs.
If Eminem goes to the hood club, that bitch about to be whited out because it's M. You have to use a way smaller example. They gonna go wherever the fuck
Hold
he.
on,
What about
Sin.
Machine Gun
Sin.
Kelly?
I feel like clubs are usually separated by the music being played that night. So like, of course, you have clubs that are like every night is going to be a large majority black audience. But like, if you see some places, some nights it's hip hop night, whatever. The DJs that's there is going to attract the audience. Then they have a Spanish dance night, totally different audience, same building. So like, if you put a different artist somewhere, that's the only thing that's gonna change the people. It's not about where the club is, bro. It's not.
Facts.
All right, Sean, what up? So,
what up? I'm listening.
So
I was gonna say,
yeah,
when white boys show up in the hood club, them are some poor white boys too. They hood white boys. They not suburbs.
And them clubs changed. Let me land with this. There's a club here in Atlanta that was called Club Opera on Crescent Avenue. Big club, right? When there's Black Night at that club, bottle prices $500, $600, $700, $800 to park, all the bullshit, right? I've been in that same club on White Night, $20 to park. How much is VIP? $20 to park. There is no increase on the price of VIP, right? They don't even have VIP. Oh, just park anywhere, $20. When you go into that same club, Opera in Atlanta, I'm just using that as an example, on White Night, yo, how much is the bottle of vodka, whatever? It ain't $500, $600 on the menu. That shit like $150, $200. Same bottle that they charging us $500, $600 for on the Black Night.
You're talking about the building versus the environment.
Yeah, hold up. I'm giving you environment. Hold on. I'm about to go environment. And that same environment on White Night, they're bringing in black art. I've seen black hip hop artists go in on White Night and perform. I've seen T.I. go in on White Night and perform. I've seen Ludacris go in on White Night and perform at hip.
Yes,
perform
but here
hip-hop
go the deal though. Those shows are not being advertised on V103 either. They're on the white stations. Or
You're
whatever.
right. They're on Z100 and all that kind of shit.
When I say environment, a building, a club is not the building. A club is who's promoting it that night. That's what the club is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the building. These days, it's never the building. Unless it's like a bar or something small that's been in the hood forever. But when you start going downtown and then you say, them clubs going to be 5 different things on 5 different nights. That's everywhere.
Okay, Michael.
What's the next question, Trap?
All right. So let me ask you this though, man. Can black culture own something that is globally practiced?
Hip hop.
What?
Yes.
Hip hop. Black culture owns hip hop and it's globally practiced.
Okay. So what does it mean to own? What does it mean to own?
Y'all use that own word
like
real
hip-hop?
loosely. We don't own shit.
That's what I'm asking the next question. What does it mean to own? What does it mean to own a culture of hip hop? A culture like hip hop.
Here we are. You could own, but now to profit is different. Black people own, like, culture is food. Culture is art. Culture is a lot of things. So you could own a culture and not profit from it at the same time.
Exactly.
Soul food is black. I don't give a fuck. Yams, greens, all that shit that niggas. We don't own the food, but we own the culture that it comes from, and unless we doing it, a lot of people's like, that ain't that. You get what I'm saying? So culture, yeah, we own the culture to a degree, but ownership does not necessarily always mean profit from 100% of.
I like that analogy, how he said it's not soul food if black people don't cook it. Is it hip hop and white people do it then?
You asking me?
That's a great question.
Because it was
You asking me?
Yeah, Rashad, because how you said it was perfect how you
hold
said it.
on.
You said black people, they wouldn't refer to soul food if a black person didn't cook it. You wouldn't call that soul food. Even if it was the collard greens, the macaroni and cheese, the fried, you wouldn't call that soul food unless a black person cooked it. So in that analogy, will we still say the same about hip hop if a white person did it?
Well, let me say this. There's a restaurant. We got a restaurant in Houston that makes soul food that's not black owned. And Mexicans is in the kitchen cooking. But they got our recipe. The food is just like somebody, but they copy. When it comes to hip hop is inherently ours, right? But let's say said white person grew up in the hood around us with his culture then is hood culture, bro. Just because his skin is white don't make it him alienated to the culture. So if he grew up in the hood with us doing our slang, yeah, it's hip hop. If he's a kid who knows nothing about it and just start putting pen to pad and rapping and make it, it's not hip hop. So yeah, there that is.
Okay.
That make Drake hip hop.
What up, Fat Nancy? Hold on, go ahead, Fat Nancy.
Yo, what's up with y'all niggas with the if a white person do it? Like, what the fuck is up with this racist ass rhetoric, man? Niggas didn't make hip hop. Nigga, I ain't cut nobody off, man. Niggas ain't make hip hop to exclude nobody. But in every fucking conversation, y'all come with this racist rhetoric. If a white man do this, white man, y'all always trying to exclude motherfuckers from the culture. Nigga,
Okay, look here, Jason Whitlock.
The weakest link. The weakest link.
Nigga. We gotta let the other motherfuckers enjoy our culture so our culture could grow, nigga, in its truest form, nigga. Y'all niggas just wilding with all this racist rhetoric bullshit, man.
So
shit is whack, man.
Can I answer that?
Always trying to school motherfuckers that help, nigga. Why y'all trying to school the whiteys that fund us, nigga? They put money in our pocket.
Can I answer that?
White people can't be at a hip hop show, then it's not hip hop if it's a white audience. Just that shit is weak, man.
Oh my
Come on, man. Let them niggas pay our bills. Say thank you, nigga. We going about our fucking day, nigga. Keep pushing our culture, man.
He's not cooking. He's not cooking.
Hold on. Nobody said
definitely cooking.
You could cook, but it ain't soul food. Once again, let me say something.
Nah, that was soul food, right?
Hold on. Let me respond to that. Nobody is excluding nobody. First thing, the question that was asked was, there was a soul food analogy. So when you say excluding from our culture, right? The same way niggas like you would give up our shit and Jason Whitlock and the rest of these niggas, that's our shit. We ain't saying can't nobody come have fun. We ain't saying they can't come to the party. We just identifying the owners and the makers of this shit. Ain't nobody say couldn't nobody else come. Now, let's do them like they do us. We invented country music. Beyonce made a country album and got gate kept out of their shit, which is not really their shit. But it's no, that can't be country because she didn't. Exactly. So my thing is this, brother. That's our shit. We ain't saying can't nobody come to the party. We just identifying the owners of the culture, bro. That's all we doing.
How you gonna say when niggas like me, when it was niggas like you and your age demographic that sold the culture in the first place?
Hold
on. Can I?
Nobody sold it. Like we said earlier, you could own something and not profit from it.
So can I please say? I want to make a point real quick, bro. This is very simple in my opinion. Like, bro, black people are not inherently racist, right? We are not inherently exclusive. Like, we don't exclude people. This is a tactic we have to adapt to for survival, right? Like, when you really think about this shit, bro. When we see, okay, white people come around, they kill us. White people come around, they take shit. we have to logically be like, we cannot allow you in here right now. Because we've never, outside of slave revolts, we've never actively went and did anything to white people. They just act like they're scared because they this is the shit they create in their own head. So like,
because they know if we would thought like them, we do.
Yeah, but we've never been on that. Like historically,
Exactly.
we've never been on that. We've never excluded niggas. When you think about how white people act, bro, if a white person seems to identify with us culturally, we let them come around. But when the white motherfuckers coming around and they acting weird, we be like, why are you acting weird? We've never excluded based on race. We exclude based on how you treat and act towards us. Like the idea that, oh, we exclude people, that's bullshit. And the way of thinking like that is what leads to the weakest links letting in niggas that destroy us every fucking time.
I agree.
Now that's cooking with soul food. That's soul food cooking right there.
That's
cooking. Ain't no power train, nigga. Came here to fight, nigga. So why every time a question is brought up on the art's behalf, when we speak on art, why every time y'all always gotta say in this room in particular, oh, if a white person does it, it's not hip hop.
Nobody said that.
Hip hop because he's half white. That shit is weird.
Nobody said that. You're lying. You're lying. You're telling a lie.
But Rashad, let's
answer.
Drake.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
You're telling a lie.
Get out of his kitchen.
Hold on.
No, because I was the one that said it.
We can't gatekeep this shit no more because these niggas done sold the gates before we got here.
Nobody sold nothing. Like I said, if you were listening, yo, listen, bro, you can raise your voice till you ain't got it no more.
Let him finish.
Control. Y'all niggas gave that shit up and now y'all crying and whining about the white people being in here. Nah, nigga, we need to treat these motherfuckers comfortable so we can keep extorting them niggas nicely, nigga. Let's keep our friendly extortion going on and keep doing our thing. Y'all niggas gotta stop fucking.
Okay, so Trap, I think
that you think you are extorting them
he
niggas for anything
misinterpreted
that they give
everything.
you is crazy.
Nobody, hold on, man. Nobody said what you're saying. First off, you're telling a lie.
They did. He said.
I was the one that said it.
White person do it. Is it hip hop? That's
no,
exactly
no.
What? You.
No. Okay, and let me answer the question so you can understand exactly what I said. Because prior to that, the statement was made that we could own a culture and not necessarily profit from it all the time. So when you say old heads sold it, no, we have the culture. We did not have the music business itself on lock. So that was new space to us. We didn't sell it. That shit was snatched from under us because we didn't know that part of the game. We talking about culture. We ain't talking about the business of music. Motherfucker, anybody can make a rap record. Does it make it hip hop? No. Anybody can make greens and ham hocks and shit. But if a black woman don't touch it or somebody from our culture, it ain't that. So yeah, we have staple shit that we don't own because the business models that was already in place that preceded us creating the music. So when we talk about, again, hip hop culture, if a motherfucker grew up in it with us and participate, yeah, but a motherfucker from River Oaks or what's the suburb where you from? If motherfuckers is from wherever white people got money, if these motherfuckers if white boys from Bensonhurst who never participated in none of this shit with us, didn't grow up with it, decide to make a rap fucking record, it's a rap record. It ain't hip hop culture. Tina Marie made a rap record. Blondie made rap records. They wasn't hip hop, nigga.
So why do hip hop niggas push them niggas to the forefront every time?
We don't push shit.
Hold on. One, I think you just have a misconception of reality, right? Because like you say, like, oh, why don't we treat them nice to keep extorting them? First off,
yeah, that was some Tom shit.
First off, hold on, let me finish real quick.
Let him finish. Get out of his kitchen.
There are like not that many black music execs. We ain't extorting shit. It was just like two famous black songwriters, forgive me for forgetting their names, that just passed in court battles with the companies. Like, we're not extorting shit. And if you even look at the amount of rappers and who's getting actually what, bro, it's not even like hip hop artists get that much money for real, bro. Think about it.
He still thinks rappers are rich.
Yeah, bro. Like we could name the top 1%, the top 5%.
I grew up in this shit. Come on, gang.
Bro, my nigga,
let him finish.
My nigga, If you grew up in this shit, you should know that. I don't understand why you think.
No, I know that we should stop excluding people. Nigga, just do us. They keep pushing forward.
So how do we
stop
The main reason that we don't love each other is because we didn't exclude people.
Let them call themselves hip hop. If they want to be a mascot, and we know, and they don't come from a particular area, but they want to rep our shit and push our agenda, let them do that. Why every time
do you know why that's scary?
you gotta exclude people?
Hold on, real quick.
Hold on, Rashad, let me get this off real quick. Do you know why that's scary though? Because when you are selling a product to a non-black audience, aka the rest of the world, even though it is black, but you know everybody's interested in it. White consumers in America are the highest majority. So when you're selling a product to those people, and then you start giving them artists that look like them and championing them, and it does not leave a space for your hypothetical us to extort them. It does not leave a space for there to be a black artist when we're selling products to white people, and then we're gonna put a white person as the face of it and champion them. That's why we need to gatekeep the shit we created, bro.
Let me hold on. I'm gonna take it a step. Hold on. I'm gonna take it a step. No, I was going after him. I let him go. I let him go in front of me.
One white artist that white people support in that fashion, and that's him.
Hold on, that's not true, bro.
Pushed to the wayside.
Hold on, let me say what I was going to say. Let me put it to you like this: being a Muslim, right? Let's just talk about. I'm gonna talk about Islam. You can't run around saying you a Muslim and you hanging with people, but then you hanging with this group of people over here, and they like, yo, let me get the smothered pork chops, and you doing that, and you doing all these things again, but we letting you represent us. No, nigga. You'll die. That's why shit needs to get gatekept so it can be in its real form. Like everything that's ever been gatekept stays the way it is in its own pure greatness. Nigga, you got a black man arguing over black culture trying to protect white people in it. This is what's happening right the fuck now, and you don't see a problem with that. Miss me with it.
But you got Muslim people that do music, and you ain't supposed to do music when you're Muslim.
No, that's no.
The money.
Are you Muslim?
Yes, I'm Muslim, brother.
So you ain't supposed to do no music.
You're not.
Listen,
really
hold on. What we not? Well, here's
really,
what I'm not going to do.
Really want to follow with.
No. Hear me out. Here's what I'm not. Here's what me and you ain't going to do. Is this in front of you? Good. You hear me?
Why would you even bring that up in this subject?
No, listen, I wasn't talking about music, bro. What I'm talking about is you don't let people misrepresent your shit. Period.
Oh, they're not. But see, here's the.
You're giving them a lane to create, redefine, and redo everything that is not their shit.
Oh, we're
and then you're saying, let me tell you how white people in America live, bro. They are living off of everything we've ever created. They're living off of our death. They're living off our oppression. These motherfuckers are making livings off of it. Like, they don't create. What is these motherfuckers created? Nothing. Everything, nigga, from the remote control on your TV set, nigga, that's created by us. Everything you love, every modern convenience. And you can believe the Ben Franklin story all you want when Benjamin Banneker was right there
about to cook him.
Just doing that. You ain't cooking shit. The fact that you even want to, and I'm giving you factual black history, the fact you want to cook me is the real fucking problem. That's why it needs to be gate kept right there.
Then. Is a remote not a remote because it's in a white person's house?
What?
Is a remote not a remote?
Wait a minute.
Can I ask y'all?
Do we call it something else?
Yo, GX, man. I ain't call you the F name. I'm calling you GX. Yo, GX. What is the problem with us, with black people trying to take back what's actually theirs, dog?
It's too late for that, my brother. What did you taking back? What? I feel like what y'all talking about.
Homie, let me finish, bro. Dang it.
Let him finish. Get out of his kitchen. Let him finish.
I don't care what you think, nigga.
I think, listen.
Get out of his kitchen. He talking,
you
bro.
talking about black people.
Get out of his kitchen. He talking, bro. McDonald's gonna mute you.
Don't unmute my fucking mic.
No, nigga, I'm muting you, nigga, because he talking, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about? He talking, bro. Let him talk and you can go, bro.
All right, bro. I'm out of here, bro.
I got you. Double.
All right, get the fuck up out of here, then.
Bye, nigga.
I'm trying to let the man talk. You want to talk over the nigga. Go ahead, bro.
And I got your remote question answered when he get done talking.
What's the problem with black folks just drawing the line, saying that this their culture, and taking a mental, verbal, and spiritual ownership before they take a financial ownership? Like, really, what's the problem with that, bro? Because it seemed like you got a problem with that.
Taking ownership of this nasty
Let him
ass
finish.
culture.
Hold on, but not.
Okay, well, I ain't gonna say fight God. I think we should. That's what me you gonna disagree. It's hard shit. So whether we like it or not, we should be taking ownership of. Just because you got a disagreement with some of the stuff that happens in it.
Hold on, not only that, Donald, but Donald, look,
yo, it's only one chef in the kitchen. Be for real. Let that man finish though.
Just because you have a problem with some of the things that's in it, that doesn't mean we should just be giving it away willingly like that. Because every time we did every culture like that, they made billions of dollars off of it and wiped us out of history just because we didn't appreciate it or we just gave it away. Then we on here complaining about it because they enjoying it like a kid that gives away his toy and see another kid enjoying it. Now you want to take it back. Like, cut that nonsense. But go ahead, Rashad. Talk what you want to say.
And not only that, does it, if a remote is in a white person's house, yeah, it's still a remote. But how many black motherfucking owned television manufacturers do you own? That's what hip hop is going to do. You don't own a black TV, do you? A black owned TV? Did you even know that a black man invented a remote? Yeah, that's the importance of it, brother.
Also, the analogy just doesn't fucking connect. Like, niggas got to start reading, bro. Like the hip hop isn't even a tangible thing. So to say like a remote, it's like, no, culture has nuance.
So that's why
Like-
I say
like-
that y'all are complaining and trying to exclude these people for no reason, because they will never get the nuance.
Nobody is
So this
complaining.
culture-
We just identified the owner.
Let me finish. They would never be able to capture the nuance. Nigga, they would never be able to groove like this, step like this, talk like this. Nigga, they not this slick, nigga.
So
and on top of that,
so
nigga, they
hold
sell
on,
their
GX.
culture through us all fucking day long. 24/7, nigga, they pushing fucking all types of opioids and all shit through our culture. So let's do the same through theirs. Nigga, we gonna push our culture through theirs, nigga.
Opiates destroy neighborhoods. I don't know what you're talking about. What black drug are we selling them?
Yeah, I'm about to say the flaw in that is
retarded.
that they're not listening. Like, that logic implies like the Columbine bullshit that already happened, where they say people kill each other because of video games. Okay, my kid listened to Chief Keef. Now he's gonna go be a gangster in the middle of the suburbs. That's not how that shit works. We're not negatively impacting their communities, bro. It's just entertainment to them. Like, that's just what it is.
And here's the thing. Nobody's saying they can't enjoy. All I did was identify who the owner is, who created it. Like, ain't nobody saying they can't come to the party, bro. You're sitting there saying people said that, and nobody's ever said that, bro.
Yo,
That's
Trap,
why
can
I
ask
called
a
you a
question,
liar.
Trap?
What's up, Bobby?
Who owns it? The person that created it or the person that paid for it?
No, you're missing the whole thing.
I know. I'm asking Trap a question. Rashad, I heard you. Who owns the Trap? The nigga that created it or the nigga that paid for it?
I mean, if you're dealing with ownership like that, though, the person who got the patent, you know what I'm saying? And the person that got the patent got it. You know what I'm saying? Like the inventor, the inventor gonna have his name on it. Yeah.
All right, so I know a lot of us get emotional with these subject matters, but let's look at it from the business point of view, right? Why do I have to go to somebody else for a budget to make something that's my culture? If I want to gatekeep it, why did I even sell the IP to begin with?
You're selling into a business model that already preceded the thing that you're selling. Like, there's no way around. Let me finish what I'm saying, bro, so you understand. There was already a business of music before there was hip hop culture.
And who owned
Hip hop?
that business?
Let me finish what I'm telling you, bro.
Let's have a conversation, Rashad. Let's go back.
Okay,
and
but
forth.
I'm in the middle of a sentence. Hip hop culture wasn't on records for years, and then came Sylvia. And then came Jules Rifkin. I'm sorry, then Sylvia Robinson. Now, okay, this new thing that people didn't think was gonna last, the music part of it, that people didn't think was gonna last, because hip hop is more than rapping and DJing. Hip hop is more than that. But the new thing has to be put in the grocery store per se. Now it's in record stores. That model and all of those things were here before the thing that we're so-called selling was a product. So now you're involved in that. Let me finish. I'm about to land it right here. Now you're involved in the grocery store process, right? Where, to get in the store, you got to have this pressed up, you got to have distributed, then you get in the store. So that's a different business. But the creation of the culture itself, the patent, is ours.
All right, cool. So let me ask you. So boom, I'm gonna give you a scenario. There's 3 people: Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Jerry Heller. Dr. Dre made the music. Eazy-E was part of funding that. Jerry Heller distributed it. Who owns the lion's share to make more music, to sign more artists, to make more records?
Well, let me correct you. Jerry Heller didn't distribute shit. First off, Eazy-E was the label and the money. Dre made the music. Jerry Heller was not a distributor, sir.
So what was his involvement in the business?
He managed a group called Electric Light Orchestra prior to meeting Eazy. There was a huge rock group in the 70s. So he knew business management. So he sided with Eazy because that's where the bag was. And then he brought in some fucked up practices. And there that is. But the owner is Eazy and Dre.
All right. First of all, Harlem, you can eat a dick because Harlem's talking crazy shit.
But you ain't got to do all that, man. Let him talk.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you, Rashad.
No, I know.
There's a nigga in the chat who's disrespecting
me.
But
don't even, if he in the chat, let him stay in the chat.
No. As a Bronx-born African, I'm making it be very well known. Born in 1988. Y'all don't gotta like nothing about me. You don't gotta like nothing about my people. But we contributed to the fucking culture. Whether it's Africans or West Indians, whatever. And all that text shit don't mean no. Hold on, Rashad, it's not for you. So anyone who don't like quote unquote non-FBA people, because that's the problem with these conversations. Always tend to go back to that kind of conversation, right? And at the end of the day, I'm gonna just wrap up my point like this: to do business in America, especially when you're selling culture, you have to deal with other cultures. Black people don't buy black culture because they already have it. People that buy culture don't have the culture. If I go to an Indian restaurant, I want Indian food from an Indian chef. That's why I'm paying them. So I'm contributing in that. So if you call New York a melting pot, that's the culture of New York. Different cultures that create a new culture.
But you know what you're not doing? You don't have a black person in the kitchen then calling that. You don't have a nigga from Harlem, born and raised in Harlem, African-American slave descendant. You don't have him opening an Indian restaurant talking about this is authentic Indian food. That's what you're doing. You're saying, oh, you could be this other people and make authentic, and then you can't do it.
No, what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
York, no. So to give you to match your analogy,
we could sell the culture.
So to match your analogy, right? In New York, you have bodegas that are operated by Hispanics, and you have other stores that are operated by people of Yemen. They could be from Yemen. They could be of different.
I lived in New York before. I know.
All right, cool. So who invented the chopped cheese? Who popularized the chopped cheese? Is it Indian? Is it Spanish? Is it black? Or is it just New York culture?
Bro, what you're doing now is stupid, right? Because what we talk about is authentic to one thing. Like, America is a melting pot. So you get all kind of, but when you said authentic Indian restaurant, you don't have African American, you don't have Chinese Americans opening authentic this, and none of those authentic people are in there. You could go chop cheese and all that shit, whatever. We talking about the root of something. You don't have, how many black people you see working in a Chinese restaurant?
None.
Okay. My point.
Shit, you've been among.
Actually, in my experience,
I mean, there's small amounts here and there, but for the most
but they
part,
work there. They don't own it. They might work there, but they ain't not own it.
Not in numbers, man. You don't.
We ain't talking about Panda Express. We talking about your corner real Chinese restaurant where they don't speak English. Not Panda Express, my nigga.
There's always going to be an exception to the rule, but I think you know what the fuck I'm saying, bro.
I wanna say this. I'll say this.
So let Fat Prophet go. Go ahead, Fat Prophet.
Okay, so at one point, and I believe in the earliest parts of hip hop, yes, it might have been a part of our culture, but once they got a hold of it, they put their nasty culture on it. Alcoholism, they've been kicked out of many societies for the same thing. Alcoholism, prostitution, all of these different fucking nasty things these people bring into the culture that they try to put us as the face of while they profit off of it. It's not us. That ain't got shit to do with us as a
Talk to
people.
him.
And for us to take ownership in that type of shit is bullshit. Because that's not us. That's them pressing that shit to us, and they're benefiting off of us doing that, so they're not getting kicked out of another culture. We're the only idiots that haven't kicked these small hat niggas out of our culture.
But just
Our
everybody.
culture isn't prostitution. Our culture isn't alcoholism. Our culture isn't robbing people, etc., etc.
Our culture ain't
If you
drug
go back
abuse.
and do the research, you'll see
But this is
that that's true.
But this is why it is important. It is important for you brothers to know and understand history. If you don't know and understand history, you will keep repeating the same mistake over and over and over again. Let's not just start with hip hop. Blues at once was a culture that we owned, we controlled. Let them
Rock
in.
and roll
Guess
was
what?
our shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to rock and roll. I'm gonna get to rock and roll. Let them in. Guess what? Now you go to any blues clubs, blues festival, anything with blues. 9 times out of 10 is owned and controlled
White
and
boys.
ran by white folks. Jazz was our culture. Every jazz was a way. You got to remember, hip hop is not the first lifestyle culture that involved music. It was jazz. It was blues. It was rock and roll. Guess
Country
what
and
else?
Western.
Country, not, but you see how white folks are
They
gatekeeping
added
country
and
now,
Western.
right? And not only that, but let's go to disco, right? When you talk about disco now, the first thing they want to bring up is Studio 54. No, disco started in Philly with the
Patty LaBelle.
with them. But guess what?
Lady
We let them come
Marmalade.
in. We let them come in, and now they control it. Like, at what point do we not? And at what point do we look at history and say, well, wait a minute? If we keep making the same mistakes over and over again, you're going to get the same results. So if you keep allowing people to come into your culture to be guests or whatever the fuck you want them to be, and not gatekeeping and not laying down rules, then guess what? Eventually they come in and take over. You have to protect culture, bro. Otherwise, the same shit is going to keep happening. You're going to wake up 30, 40, 50 years from now. You're going to be like, remember when black people used to be in hip hop?
I got a question for Bobby. Bobby, here's my question to you. Why are you so steadfast on defending people that we know are vultures and that have always stole us?
It's not about. I'm
because we never said that they couldn't come to the party. We just identified the owners. All we did was say, yeah, that's us. Ain't nobody say nothing else after that.
Well, to answer your question, I'm looking at it from the pragmatic point of view. How do we lose? In order for us to keep it, we have to learn how we lost it. And I just don't think it's practical in music to keep a form of music. We sample for a living, like hip hop. Like even if you take away the actual, like what does Run DMC exist without Billy Squires' Big B?
Yes, because they were making records before they did Here We Go.
But Rashad, let's be real. That record did a lot for them.
No, it didn't. Here We Go was not a big Run DMC hit. That was a freestyle in the park that they just threw on the album. It was not a huge hit.
Rashad,
so no, let me finish this up real quick. And you say,
but all right.
When you say when hip hop does sample, hip hop adds bits and pieces.
That's the problem, bro.
No,
let him
listen.
finish. Got his kitchen.
Hip hop samples, but let me ask you something.
It was Bobby wasn't done talking. Go ahead, Bobby.
Oh, go ahead, Bobby. My fault. He did ask a question.
Like, bro, it's not pragmatic. Culture has to cross in order for it to evolve. That's just the way. And any business like this, all right, Chinese people gatekeep certain things because we don't care about it. But if they care about us and those are our customers, they're going to be involved. That's like serving food to somebody and telling them you can only sit on this side of the fucking table. Eventually, they're going to want to say, yo, I want to try my hand on this. I want to try. I love it so much. I want to be a part of it. And I get it. I get the gate. But how do you gatekeep something that's not consumed by the majority of the people that created it? How?
That's not true. First thing. Secondly, listen, you asked a question. Let me go now, bro. Let me go.
How do you gatekeep?
Let me answer the question. When hip hop set out when they used to do it in the parks, right? That's the culture. That's people. You're conflating the music business with hip hop culture. We are talking strictly about the culture. I'm not talking about the business of music that predated. Yeah, we could sell it all day. We could do it up, but they can't write no rules. You can't do now in the business of music, which predated the culture, Bobby. I'm talking about the culture. I'm not talking about there's a way to be involved in the music business, right? And when you talk about hip hop, we talking about more than that. What about the dancing? What about the art? What about all of that? Yeah,
Asian kids break
let
dance
me
more than
finish.
black kids do.
Let me finish. Y'all
You heard what I
focusing.
said though,
Y'all,
Rashad? Asian,
bro.
like we have to acknowledge
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Kitchen, let him finish.
All right,
Thank you, Trap. I was waiting for that. That's the only thing I was waiting for. All I'm saying is a lot of y'all are confusing rap music with the entire culture. And I used this example before. Let's call gumbo hip hop culture, right? If you take the shrimp out of the gumbo and put it over a Caesar salad, now you got a shrimp salad. If you take shrimp and put it on a cocktail with the tahini rim and the vegetable, now you got a shrimp cocktail. Like shrimp is the music part. That's the rapping part. But when you throw it in with the okra, the roux, the chicken, now you got gumbo. That's hip hop. Hip hop ain't just the music, bro. So when you put the music over here, yes, anybody can make a rap song, but it's not hip hop. It ain't the gumbo, my nigga. It's now a shrimp salad. Quit calling it this when it's over here and that. It's not the same.
But to act like they don't conflate is not pragmatic. And on top of that, these kids are not breakdancing in the park. They're not freestyling. They're not ciphering. All of
yes, they are.
Cool. Show me. And
you obviously ain't outside.
Outside every day, Rashad. Every day.
So you telling me there ain't nobody outside in New York spit no bars right now?
Listen, Rashad. For you people know, I'm boots on the ground outside. I'm not in the club outside, right? I'm not just in the offices outside. I'm boots on the ground outside.
There ain't no block parties no more?
No.
Nigga, it's a block party the day I'm in New York on the 31st. And Rakim doing it's a free block party. Static Select, they doing that shit free, my nigga.
Rashad, when you go there, I went to Lincoln Center last year to see Rakim, KRS-One, and MC like this.
This ain't Lincoln Center, it's a park in Brooklyn.
Which park? Prospect Park?
I'm gonna send you the flyer, my nigga. That's what I'm saying. You ain't outside everywhere, bro. You ain't outside. It still exists.
When you go to that park and you look, listen, when you go to, I've been to those gyms before. When you go to those parks, you look at that crowd, tell me who you see in that crowd. You're going to see everybody in there.
I'm not, listen, you keep confusing it. Nobody's saying they can't participate. We just saying they not the creators and the owners of the culture, bro.
I am, D-Nick.
And they're not.
I am. I'm about to move.
They not us. When they take that same shrimp out, we'll use the shrimp as a representative of a rap song. If them motherfuckers wasn't seasoned and all that in that gumbo, but they make a rap song, put it on top of a fucking Caesar salad, that was a shrimp salad. It ain't hip hop.
But the white artists they make hip hop music. They don't.
Never mind. No, you missing it, bro.
Medium, like
you missing the hell out of what I'm saying. And it's okay. We could agree to disagree, man. I just don't champion white people like that when it comes to stealing black people's shit.
Hey, do y'all think Bob, but not Bobby, but GX? Do you think country music gatekeep their culture? Yes or no?
I feel like they tried, but as we see, when we clearly want to do it, we get a Shabuzi. Then the Beyonce album come out and go #1 everywhere. So they could try, but when we see, because they can never do what we do, they don't know nuance.
Can you repeat that question?
Let me ask you a question.
No. But did Beyonce? Okay, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. So, what makes someone part of a culture? Race, respect, or contribution?
Experience, bro. Your life experience, how you grow up, makes you a part of a culture.
You gotta live. You gotta
accept.
Hip hop ain't nothing we do; it's what we live.
And they got to accept you. But GX, okay, let me ask you, because if I'm not mistaken, I think Beyonce had to jump through a lot of hoops. It was a lot of shit going on before they just actually opened the door and accepted her. And not only that, I remember when what's her boy name, the the gay dude, Lil Nas X. If I'm not mistaken, when he put out that country music, in order before they accepted him, didn't he have to get Miley Cyrus' dad to stand next to him? Am I mistaken?
Yeah,
So
Billy
let
Ray
me give you one.
Cyrus.
Let me give you one.
Exactly.
So my question.
Like
So
I
my
said,
question.
got in the door
acceptance.
with no problem.
We
Everybody
don't
was
know if it was no
guilty.
problem.
No
So
problem.
let me ask the question again. Do they gatekeep their culture? Yes or no?
They try to.
They try, but it's not effective.
Because saying when it
Looks
come
like it's
down,
effective
well,
to
hold
me.
on, saying
They do effectively gatekeep their culture.
no, but this is what I'm saying though. Like you could try, like no matter what, we're still gonna call son. It is what it is. So if Lil Nas X made that song, no matter if they say, "Oh, we're not going to give him an award," whatever it is, we know what type of song that is. It's self-explanatory. The same thing with if we take Beyonce's album, whatever.
Let me get some light.
I hear a lot of people say it really ain't like, and this is people from us, like black people say it really don't give me a country vibe. Just some
Those
of
are
the
people
songs.
that don't listen to country.
But me, I'm not speaking for me. I ain't really listened to it all. But we will call something that is what it is: pizza, pasta, stuff like that. It's the Italian culture, right? But wait, hold on.
They gatekeep their culture, Jay Nolly. They gatekeep their culture.
But this is what I'm saying. They're trying to, but it's still like something is whatever it is. I got a homie like Rashad just said, like, is there do you ever see a black person working in a Chinese spot? I mean, a lot of people might not, but guess what? Like, I got a homie who works in a Chinese spot, but the reason that he works in a Chinese spot is they're working on having a Chinese spot, a black Chinese spot. Now, at the end of the day, like, will the Chinese people look at it like, oh, that ain't real
Okay, now you gotta
So,
wrap this up.
Yes, they will look at it like that.
Accept him.
So, but this is what I'm saying. That yes, they might look at it like that, but to us, we gonna look at fuck it. It's the first black Chinese spot.
But
nigga.
that's not the
at
point
end,
of the
it is what it is,
conversation.
bro. But it's still calling everything.
I
It's
guarantee you
still
he ain't gonna have that
calling things
motherfucker in
for what it
Chinatown.
is. It's
Yeah,
calling things for what
go
it is.
put it in Chinatown.
I guarantee you he ain't gonna have that motherfucker in Chinatown. No Chinatown nowhere.
Hold on, Jay, let me set the scene right. But even though you can say, "Oh, we still gonna call it a country song," the way they gatekeep it is that okay, when it comes to the country awards, you will never get no shine. You won't get a nomination.
Yep.
You won't even get an acknowledgement. Hence why all last year and this year, no, that album was last year. So all last year and this year, besides the Grammys, when it came to it being country-centered award shows, they
She was
wouldn't get
not there.
nominated. She was not getting nomination. They gave Shabuzi a nomination, but you know what they did to slap him in the face? They let a nigga go on stage and troll Shabuzi's song, and Shabuzi lost, and he was there. So they not only did they humiliate them, they made them lose the award. So that's how they gatekeep their culture. They don't let you come to the award shows. You don't get an
That's
acknowledgement.
cool.
And
That's
you won't
not
win an
even
award.
posted. That's not even posted. Wait, hold on. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to the Grammy or all that stuff, like that's not even our award. Like we have the BT, we got the shit that's
Man,
separate
there we
for us.
go.
At the end of the day,
Y'all are
we got
conflating
our
it.
shit. They got their shit.
Black
I'm
people
cool
have
with them
everything
having
white
their
people
shit.
got.
If we win something,
I hate it
over
for
at their shit,
uneducated
like we
black
done seen
mind,
Jay.
man.
We all right,
I hate
whatever.
it for y'all.
We done.
And the
Hey,
BET Awards
wait,
ain't
hold on,
necessarily our
hold
shit
on.
no more either.
Wait, hold on. Cause I done saw, and I ain't talking to you about this, Smirk, but I done saw y'all hip hop god, y'all the Jay-Z go over there and start crying and shit about certain shit. I done seen like so when it comes down to it is what it is.
I don't have no
We
hip
call
hop
things for
gods.
what it is. Y'all care about the awards. Some people like us
It's not
really
about
don't care about the awards.
Nolly. It's not about the award. If I'm not mistaken, didn't he also say something about Beyonce hasn't came to Nashville not one time? Nashville is their mecca, right, for the country music. So that is a part you got to understand how gatekeeping work, Nolly.
Bro, it ain't even about
So
gatekeeping. Like
let
when
me
it
ask
comes
you
to
this, right?
Beyonce, fam. You know how many
My bad.
independent
I
country
actually
artists.
swiped out.
You know how many country artists that would love to have the opportunity to even goddamn stand on a goddamn Grammy stage, anything like that, and just for Beyonce just want to do a fucking country album and expect to just have that type of acceptance.
Somebody
Is
got to mute
crazy.
up.
But Beyonce grew up with that music, though.
It don't matter if she grew up with it. It's not the
What
music
I'm
that she
saying,
got became famous off
let
of.
me finish what I'm saying real quick.
Yo, hold on.
You probably got.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Who's talking? Go ahead.
I was.
Go ahead, Rashad.
She grew up in that country lifestyle. If you don't live in Houston and you don't know about Houston, whole lot of black country trail rides, and there's a whole music called Southern Soul. It's really black country music, like whole lot. She grew up like that.
She didn't introduce it to me.
No, listen to what
She
I'm
didn't
saying.
introduce it to
Bro,
me.
let me finish, please. She grew up in that culture. Somebody asked earlier, what's the main difference of a rap song versus hip hop? Is something you live. It's not nothing you do. Country, that girl grew up like that. So for her to do that album, like it's nothing foreign or strange to her. Tina used to have a fucking hair salon on Bissonnette next to my boy's clothes. You go in that hair salon, you hearing country music in this black woman's hair salon. They did them trail rides. This the type of lifestyle. That's a lifestyle. She's a part of it. For her to do an album and get ostracized and not accepted, that's crazy.
No, but sure, I get what you're saying as far as she grew up in the culture of country music, because you are right with that, right? I'm not even gonna push back on that. But I do think at the same time, though, the reason that they look at it like that, because they're like, hey, your whole career, you ain't really made no country music. So I don't know if you're trying to use this as a cash grab. This is like I
There
can
wasn't
see
a
they're
lane
look.
for her to do it. And
No.
hear me out.
Rashad, hold on.
Once she
I agree
became
with
who
you.
she is, it's like I could experiment now. I can go to my roots.
Yes, I 100% agree with that. Yes, it wasn't a lane for really black women to enter country and really dominate, but they did that purposely. So I do think they looking at it like, nah,
Agreed.
Beyonce, you're not finna be coming in our genre trying to take life from our up and coming artists. So no, yeah, we're gonna allow you to do this album, and we're gonna make sure like Dolly Parton and what's the other girl? Miley Cyrus is on the album,
No.
but we're not gonna necessarily allow you over here at our awards either.
They didn't allow her to do an album. She got enough money to do the album on her own. Nobody.
I'm saying this is what I don't. This is what they're saying.
They're not saying that because she makes that album out of her pocket. Don't nobody allow you to make to make the record is the easy. Hold on, to make the record is the easy part. Now to get it put in these other lanes categorically speaking from the lane. That's where they gatekeep. Can't nobody stop you from making the music though.
Let me add to Rashad say, yo, J Will, bro, they not doing it for that, bro. They doing that because they trying to alter her inspiring other black people to get in the country roots. That's what the main purpose is. Because they didn't do that with Jelly.
Donald.
They didn't do that with Jelly Roll. And Jelly Roll was a rapper before he became a country singer. And then if they want to play that game, we should be able to do that same thing with hip hop. The same thing they did with Post Malone.
And that's the problem. We ain't allowed to do what they do. So we got to gatekeep our shit.
No, Rashad, I don't know. See, that's why I disagree. I don't think it's because we're not allowed. We don't come together. No, we don't come together as a unit to do that. That's the difference.
We not, dog. We not.
Yeah, because we know.
Right. No, even T-Pain himself, exposed the country, exposed to racism in country music. He was writing songs for country music.
Still is.
And it still is. They barely didn't want to get a man no credit.
Yeah, we know.
Look,
it's
no,
racism.
they don't even let this nigga in the studio. He lives. He got a tour bus in back of the studios. They don't even let this nigga in the studio, but he writing the country hits. What the fuck we talking about, man?
They gatekeeping
No, but
hey, that's the good old boys, Rashad. You know how they get down. You know what the good old boys are.
I think y'all missing the point.
They is, Jay Will. They definitely is.
The point is when Rashad said we should better do that with hip hop, yes, but black people or hip hop as a community do not come together to gatekeep and keep people out. It's always gonna be a part of the culture. I'm like, nah, let them in. Over there, nah, we're not dealing with it. It's over with. Ain't even a question.
No, but the thing is, it's not the hip hop culture. It's not the hip hop culture part we talking about. Y'all are talking about the business of music. But when it comes to hip hop culture, let's throw a park jam in the hood. And I want them same 80% of white people that's buying. They not coming. because they're not of the culture.
That's a fact,
they're
big
of
man.
the fucking dollar bill, bro. And if y'all don't see that, I feel for you.
Hey, Rashad, if you had a block party and you go play some deep cut Post Malone, you think niggas gonna be happy about that?
I'm not playing Post Malone.
Hold on. Now
I
you a
don't think
DJ.
I've
Hold on.
ever
I
played
got
a
a good
Post
question
Malone
for you. I got a good question for you because you an active DJ. You DJ and all different types of shit, and specifically black shit. How much have a nigga like Post Malone, like a motherfucker, came up and requested you play some Posty Malone?
None. Never. I never get that request.
Exactly.
You wasn't getting
trying to
White
tell
Iverson
y'all,
was
like,
popping?
I never got a Post Malone request in my life.
This how the shit be with the white boys, bro. They come out, they get a song, and we like, yeah, that's cool. We like that. That's dope. And then when, like we said earlier, when the white people see us say we like a white person, they take that shit and they run with it. And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
No,
You
hold
ever
on,
got
Trap. You know
asked
what
to
they
play
do?
$1 Million Baby?
Say it again, Trap.
You ever got asked to play $1 Million Baby?
Yeah. My bad. Yep.
Yeah.
My bad. I forgot. That's one.
No. That's
an R&B song.
But yeah, that's I play $1 Million
That's
Baby.
R&B though, bro. That ain't hip hop.
Hold on. I'm gonna go look at my Serato because every song got the amount of times you've played it. I'm gonna go look and see how many times I played $1 Million Baby. Hold on.
$1 Million Baby is closer to R&B than hip hop. I don't give a fuck what niggas say. Bro, play the fucking song. Play 30 seconds of the fucking song. That nigga singing. He ain't rapping.
That nigga is singing.
Yo, let me ask you this then, man. Who y'all feel is the real architects of hip hop culture?
Us. It's always been us, bro.
What do you mean? Chill streets, man.
Okay.
It's the producers. It's the rappers. The fucking graffiti dudes transferred into all of you. Hold on.
It's the streets, man. The streets is the architect of hip hop culture. The street dictates
bro.
the culture.
Yeah, I'm playing
It's not
2025
no
is still
one.
just the streets.
The architects.
No, it's all of it, bro. Motherfuckers like all these little fashion designer niggas popping up left and right. All of these artists and shit. Those are the architects of this shit, bro.
The fashion world is the architect.
Don't say that shit fly. That shit
Nigga, Tay
ain't
Keith
fly.
is a motherfucking architect.
Them niggas could wear all that weirdo shit, and if the streets don't say that shit fly, that shit ain't fly. Y'all know that.
But the streets that come up with the ideal of wanting to wear tight jeans.
Fashion ain't hip.
What up, Sean?
Hey, Trap.
What up?
You know what number was next to that song?
What, 0?
One fucking time.
Played it one time?
Wow.
One time.
Yeah.
But
$1
I
Million
be trying to tell y'all, man,
Baby.
he lost control of our white people.
No.
We lost control of. Yes, we
No,
did.
no,
Let me explain. Let me explain it, bro. Let me explain. We say some shit hot, the white people go respond. I'll give you an example. We said Boss Man D-Lo and Sexy Red are hot. Now they started doing numbers, but they ain't went up to that motherfucking Travis Scott. Like they ain't went to that next level when all of white America is embracing it. Like how Dirk them got white folks playing that shit. When you start seeing certain numbers from niggas, white folks is involved. If we still dictated everything when we stamp niggas like that, they would go up to a different level just straight off of the same way when we said Jeezy and all of them niggas was hot. The little white boys responded when bought them tapes and started wearing snowman shirts around and they get banned.
All right, so let me ask you this thing, right? All right, so how has the business of hip hop impacted the cultural alignment, though? What would you say?
The culture what?
Cultural alignment.
There's no business of hip hop, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. There's the business of music, hip hop participate. There's fashion where certain black designers get labeled hip hop. There's no business of hip hop though, Trap, for real. It's culture.
Who you really feel like is running hip hop today? The artists or the corporations?
Hip hop is
the
still
fashion world.
It's still boots on the ground. corporations run music business, corporations run fashion, but hip hop itself, that culture.
So name one thing that we own that we advertise. Name one thing that we
Let me finish what I'm saying,
that we advertise.
Let me finish what I'm saying. Everything trickles up from hip hop, and we have not mastered the fine art of taking advantage of our creativity. When I say trickles up, when you see shit in the hood, and everybody all of a sudden start wearing it like that or stuff, that's the hip hop part, and everybody else goes, "Oh shit, we gotta make more of these."
Charge the highest price that they can to milk your pocket.
Yeah, white people live off of black people's pleasure and pain.
Somebody said hip
The
hop.
richest white folks live off of our pleasures and our pain.
I want that person right there who said that to
Hey,
elaborate
Trap,
on
to
that.
answer
Though,
your
man.
question,
Hold on a
I
second.
think they eliminated in a lot of aspects the DJ, man. Like the DJ has become. No, I'm not saying Rashad. I'm not going against the
No, I
grassroots
agree
guys.
with you. I agree with you.
DJ
I'm
lost
talking
their
about on
job.
the business
The
side.
DJ lost their job. The
kind of
DJ
been
doesn't have a place
eliminated.
to hip
Yo, two people talking, man, one at a time.
That's just my opinion, though. Look.
I ain't even hear what you said.
No, I said the DJ Trap was eliminated through that business model. They eliminated the DJ in hip hop culture.
I don't agree with that. I don't even agree with that.
I do, Trap. Let me explain why.
Well, the DJ
Can
shouldn't
I
have
explain the reason why I don't agree with it first,
though?
though? All right. So the reason why I don't agree with that is because I feel like every element that you see within hip hop has evolved within time. No, know what I'm saying? So we do see DJs still though. Every time you go to a party, you see a DJ though. But it evolved the same way breakdancing evolved into hip hop dancing. I think the new DJs nowadays is the producers now. That's the elevation of what hip hop did though. The hip hop producer is the new DJ right now though. You know what I'm saying?
So watch this, Trap.
You got even like when you listen to Not Like Us. You know what I'm saying? It was a part on the song where they let the producer do his thing. The same way they let the DJ do his thing back in Run DMC days. You got the producer take a couple bars off, let Just Live. That's the shout out to the producer right there, B. The same way they shout out the DJ back in the days. You know what I'm saying?
It's just
the evolve of it though, B.
No, it's not evolved, Trap. Even back in the day, the DJ actually was the producer. Molly Mall was the DJ. All these niggas, DJs was producing. Here's what happened, Trap. In the last 25 years, 26 years, when this computer shit came in, just because you playing music, technically you're a DJ, but you're not the DJ no more. Everybody's hitting a lick now. I swear to God, if you had to purchase records and carry crates, like right now, and I'm not mad at Serato, but what I'm saying is you would not have as many DJs as you have. A lot of these motherfuckers ain't DJs. They side hustling. Hold on, let me
though, bro.
Let me finish, Trap.
Same thing.
No, it ain't. Listen, bro. Every producer back in the day of hip hop was the DJ for the most part. The majority of the rap groups, the producers, DJ. So that ain't nothing new.
But the producer, the DJ's job was to do what?
DJ, conduct the whole show.
Right?
But hold on. The DJ's job also was to break records, bro. Mm-hmm. Now you got music directors at radio stations taking a bag of money to break them same bullshit. Now it's bullshit hip hop records. DJ controlled the culture. There used to be a magazine called Cornerstone. The DJ was the cornerstone of hip hop. Right. Not no more, bro.
All right. So
when you remove the foundation, you fuck up the house.
All right. So would you say, all right, so you said they broke records, right? So how does records get broke nowadays? We got taste. So DJs were the tastemakers back in the days.
DJs was the guys at the parks. DJs was in them house parties. You got to think, Trap. Everybody wasn't a DJ.
And I feel like
TikTok is a DJ now.
I've never seen a party or club done without a DJ being in it.
Listen to what I'm saying, Trap. Put it like this. Everybody is DJing.
I understand what you're saying, though. You saying that
everybody's DJing ain't qualified, bro. And you got a lot of niggas that just play music. Then you got DJs.
Yeah, but you can look at that towards everything within hip hop. Then you can say, all right, now you know what, yo, we bought equipment back in the days that cost $3,000. We bought SPs for $3,000. Now these niggas is getting Fruit Loops now, making beats on Fruit Loops, B.
That's different, Trap.
No, it's not different. It's the same thing.
Here's the difference, Trap.
It's the
Trap,
same
I do this
exact
for a
thing.
living. Trap, I do this shit for a living.
I understand you do that for a living, but I make beats though
let
too.
me
I make
explain
beats
the
on
difference.
MPC and I make beats on Fruity Loops, B. It's all about the creation though.
No, because the beat of the music, right? The beat, a rapper can rap over any beat. The beat of the music didn't say, like we just got done saying, hip-hop sampled it. All the beats weren't hip-hop beats. They were made hip-hop once you added them drums and once you start rapping over it. That's what made, so all beats in their inception ain't necessarily hip-hop. The DJ though, the style of scratching and that's hip-hop. So you could get a beat from fucking Sally Struthers or some shit, Carly Simon, and the nigga could rap over it. It wasn't about the beat as much it was about people with boots on the ground in them parts, knowing what was fresh as fuck.
I never said
in
it was the beat, B. All I said though, from the time when he just said what he said just now, he said that the DJ has been erased from hip hop. I cannot agree with that. We still have DJs out here, but
when's the last concert you been to, Trap?
I don't know. Last year I went to a concert, but it's
who did you go see?
I don't know who I seen, but if I go to Rolling Loud, every time that somebody come out on the set,
didn't you go to the 50th?
Which one?
No, we ain't talking about. Who's Kendrick Lamar's DJ?
I don't know. I didn't go to Kendrick concert.
Right, but you can tell.
Listen,
this is what I'm saying. Who's Future's DJ?
Every when I go
DJ
to Rolling, when I go to Rolling Loud,
everybody know Future. I can't
matter of fact, you want to talk about Kendrick concert, Ray? DJ Mustard got his own set at the Kendrick concert. He got his own set.
DJ Esco, that's him.
He got his own set at the Kendrick concert. Yeah. But every time I go to Rolling Loud shit though, every time an artist come out there, they bring their own DJ on the set.
Kodak got his own DJ.
But do y'all know these DJs' names? Or do these niggas? Hold on, or do these niggas just play records?
Yeah, it has been transformed to us knowing who the producer is that produced the track. That's why I said it like that.
Who produced Sexy Red's music and who's her DJ?
Take Keith produced a lot of her
and
shit.
He's not her
Take
DJ.
Keith. No, but he her producer.
What I'm saying is there's a difference. Who's the DJ? Like the DJ made a difference, bro.
It's not a difference. The DJ is gonna still be there.
The DJ was the foundation of the culture, Trap. You removed it and you see where the culture went.
It's gonna the good time and the dancing and everything like that was part of it, which the DJ provided the vibe to it though. But if nigga wasn't dancing out there, then that shit, then what would that shit have been? Nigga just playing records.
What was the first element of hip hop, Trap?
I'm asking you though. I'm asking you.
DJ. The DJ was the first element.
If the DJ sat there, the DJ to do what? Where at the party, right?
This is my point. This shit comes from the streets.
It was at the party though, right?
You don't gotta be a street nigga. You don't have to be at the party to produce music.
Was it at the party? All right, I get what you're saying. All right.
It was at the park and the parties.
Right. Well, even at the party though, wasn't it a call and response back then? So
the DJ is the first element of hip hop, bro.
But it also had to do with the MC that was.
There was no MCs in the beginning.
And you're right with that. The DJ.
It was the DJs and the dancers.
The DJ.
It was the DJ, the dancer. The MC came third, bro.
The DJ used to be the gatekeeper, and he sold us out.
No, he didn't sell us out.
No, the DJ sold out artists for money. They were
bro.
They were the producers. You right. They were the cornerstone, and they sold us out for money. When they started letting anything come in and playing anything for money, that's when we got sold out. That's when hip hop lost it all.
No, hip hop.
Call it how it is.
Hip hop lost it.
How you gonna blame me for destroying
when it became
New York music? When you the DJ, you weren't playing the music.
When it became a part of the business of music, that's what was sold. The business.
DJ sold it out.
Yo, let me finish what I'm saying, please. I heard you out. What I'm trying to tell you is this: hip hop was hip hop before it was involved in the business of music from a label side. It was a culture already, right? Once niggas start making records, that's when the shit got corrupt. It ain't had nothing to do with no DJ selling. Nigga, when niggas start making records for the time,
controlled what was being played, bro.
No,
y'all
not
started playing
bro,
whack shit.
not
and sold us out.
Have you worked at a radio station before?
It doesn't matter. Y'all
Yes,
sold
it
us out.
does, because
Y'all
you don't
sold
know
out
how
to
this
the
shit
program
works.
director then.
I'm trying
Either
to
way,
tell you.
sold out.
I'm trying to tell you how
You
it
lost
works.
your integrity.
Man. I'm trying to tell you how it works, bro. DJs outside a mix show, and they got a list of what to play then. Don't have no control over radio, bro. That shit been over with since.
Well, then get your ass off the radio.
No,
Don't be a sellout.
Man, shut up, Fat Prophet. Just let the nigga talk.
No, you shut up, fuck nigga. Who you talking to?
I'm talking to you.
Yo, chill
Bro,
out. Chill out,
I
chill
don't think
out,
you
chill
understand the
out.
difference between culture and business. You know, the music business existed way before hip hop culture, right? I'm talking about the culture. The culture was outside breaking, DJing, MCing, spraying, all of that. It got taken into the business of music, the music part of it. Because like somebody said earlier, you can't tangibly, like the dancing, you get the graffiti, those aren't things that are, you can move like records. I can't sell a Phase One piece. I can't sell Crazy Legs. You know what I'm saying? So the part that's easiest to sell is the part that's the audio. Oh, let's get this record shit going. It's only a fad. Let's milk it for what it's worth. But guess what? The world took to it. And it's been more than a fad for over 50 years now. It's been more than a fad. But we did not have a say with them small hats in that business model called the record industry. That's where we got screwed, bro.
So that make you a sellout.
No, it ain't a sellout, nigga.
Oh, it don't make you no sellout, nigga.
You stupid right now, bro. Are you not hearing me?
Listen, conspiracy, brother.
You could have stood
the
on
foundation of the foundation of listen, conspiracy, brother. Hold on, conspiracy,
it ain't no
brother. Let's have a
conversation.
let's have a conversation.
Hold on. Sin, let me ask him this, because this to tell me a lot.
Let's go. Go ahead, son.
So listen, man. What Rashad's saying about the business being structured by them has nothing to do with what you're talking about. Because if you want to be technical, I found out the good old pay for play shit started in black radio, but it wasn't no DJs fucking going to niggas saying, "Hey, if you don't give us money, we will not no record." It was the
record labels, bro.
Only like a handful of fucking stations, and I'm sure Rashad probably in the 50s and 60s, before black people were accepted on top 40 for real. When it was only like Harry Belafonte and shit. When it's like, okay, we'll let Sammy Davis Jr. in. That's it. Nat King, when it's like one or two niggas at a time. They had our own stations. Because everybody got to go to the same stations, niggas start going like, hey, bro, we'll throw you a couple dollars if you play this shit. And it's not because they were trying to be nefarious or they trying to milk the system. It's because they needed that fucking music heard. And that's how that shit got heard. It was that cutthroat, bro. So when we get to talking about where DJs fall now, guess what? DJs are super fucking important to artists, because when you actually talk to them, they all talking about trying to tap in with some fucking DJ, whether it's to get in a club, whether it's to get on fucking satellite radio, or whether it's to get played on terrestrial radio. It's just the fans. Hold on. No, it's just the fans and the general public ain't tapping in no more.
There's
That's
a guy named
Al
let me
Bell.
ask you. Hold on, Rashad. So, Sin, let me ask you this, because you even said it yesterday. Hip hop's supposed to be rebellious, right?
Yeah, of course, bro. But that has what? Okay, so what does that have to do with?
What I'm saying is, I see like Fat Prophet might be trolling, but he has a valid point though. Like when he talk about them small hats, like because if it's about being rebellious, if you're a DJ and you know what's hot in the streets or whatever, maybe by your local homie or whoever, this down the third, like DJ Envy, I'm sorry, like you on a Breakfast Club, nigga. Spin what the niggas really want to play. Like
and you will get
don't
fired.
Exactly. So if you're gonna get fired,
no,
like,
nigga, I'm not fucking getting fired for you, niggas.
Oh, ain't this hip hop? Ain't this
no?
What y'all wanted?
He don't see. That's the problem,
ran
Jay. Right
this
there.
Like,
DJ Envy don't work in. Listen, bro. He's a hip hop DJ that works in mainstream radio. He don't work in hip hop radio. Like It's not like y'all think it is. And back in the day,
Exactly,
you got niggas
Fat
like
Prophet.
you got niggas like Al Bell,
He
right?
keep trying to make
Memphis cat.
excuses for sellouts.
They used to go to the.
wait,
hold on,
hold
let
on,
me
no,
finish what I'm
Rashad,
saying,
hold
Jay.
on.
Let me finish what I'm saying, bro.
Wait, hold on, real
Let me
quick.
know. I
This
was
is
in the
what,
middle
wait,
of a
hold
sentence,
on.
dog.
Because this is exactly
Jay, I was in the middle of a
Okay,
sentence,
hold on,
man.
I'm about to pass it back to you.
Jay, I was in the
Prophet,
middle of a sentence, bro.
Go ahead, nigga.
God damn.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying, you have people like Al Bell going to radio stations. He had two things. He had a pistol and a briefcase full of money. Hey, man, how we going to do this? Oh, okay. You don't want to do it the money way? Bet. And now you're risking getting shot. This is to the DJs.
This is why we ain't getting nowhere as black people.
Listen what I'm saying.
Because y'all sellouts.
James Brown.
It's a microcosm.
James Brown with the niggas like Alan Freed. Hey, man, fuck this. These white boys trying to run shit. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay you. Play my shit. Paying the white boys now. He's selling out his own venues. He owned radio stations. You know, when you could do it like that, cool. But don't say the DJ's selling out when it's either continue to feed my family.
No,
Hold on,
man,
continue.
that's the same thing that y'all deal with the black people.
Nigga, listen, man, yo, you gotta,
y'all
the
DJs
same thing we not gonna do is keep interrupting niggas.
I don't want to hear
yo,
nothing
no,
about
nigga,
this.
shut
Y'all
the fuck
sellouts.
up when I'm talking.
Fat Prophet, Gas Kitchen.
God damn. Niggas don't know shit about no business. You get an education,
behind the
idiot.
door. Spook behind the booth.
The spook
Nigga.
behind the door was a good
So
thing.
so here's my choice. Do I say fuck my family and play shit that I'm not supposed to play and get fired? Do I take this briefcase full of money, or do I get shot by these niggas when I leave?
That's the definition
For
of a
hip
sellout.
hop, do whatever you gotta do for hip hop. Y'all talking about the gatekeeper, but this
You
is the
motherfuckers
same.
who don't
But this is
participate
the
in hip
same.
hop.
Wait, hold
Y'all
on. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. But this is the same reason why fucking Dame Dash went on that show and talked to them niggas like some fuck niggas. Whatever. Like you got a boss. They couldn't be rebellious on nothing. Like there's shit like hot music and stuff like that and hip hop. Like I done heard y'all say for your album to spin or whatever. I done heard people say you gotta pay up to $250,000 or this that. Like no, that should be bullshit. Like the hot shit should sell itself. It should be able to spin itself because most of the time you shouldn't have to be programmed to like a song or like
Jay, let me
What
say
kind
this
of work
to
do
you.
you do, Jay?
Jay, hold on. Let me say this to Jay real quick. Let me say this to Jay.
Go ahead,
Payola has
program,
always been it's always been in radio, bro. It's always gonna be there. So it ain't no point in fucking crying or talking about some shit that was here before every person in this
hip-hop.
room was born. But nigga, before every person in this room was born, Payola was there, bro.
Facts.
Before all of us, nigga. So why we gonna cry about some shit that like, and then when I actually sat back and thought about it, it's not as bad as we made it seem, because even though these niggas paid all this money to get on the radio, that did not guarantee we was going to get in our fucking car and drive to the record store and buy said fucking album.
Hold on, and let me say this too.
Music.
Real quick. Radio DJs weren't the niggas DJing the parties either. Just know that much. Radio DJs.
Crockett was out there.
These niggas wasn't DJing no goddamn house parties in the clubs and shit. So y'all gotta know what the fuck y'all talking about.
DJs control
where
where
y'all
hip-hop
talk
is
about
at today. Y'all brought this whack shit into play. Y'all the reason that hip-hop is the state it's in, and this why y'all losing your heads.
How many
jobs,
records?
And y'all deserve to be burned at the cross.
How many records have you made?
Straight up. Y'all deserve to be burned at the cross for selling hip-hop out.
Let Fat Prophet go. Let Fat
That's
Prophet
a fact.
Fat Prophet.
They sold hip-hop out.
Fat
They were the
Prophet go.
gatekeepers. They were the controllers of what the music sounds like or what hip-hop looks like. All of that. Y'all took the bag to play the whack nigga.
Who took the bag, Fat Prophet? Put some names on it.
Y'all started taking the bag.
Who
to
took the
listen to what
bag,
they
Fat
tell
Prophet?
you to play, knowing it was detrimental.
Who took the bag, Fat Prophet?
Let him finish. But y'all sellouts because you worried about your family instead of the whole family. That's the problem. It's the microcosm of the black community today. Y'all the same niggas.
Wrong answer.
We all worried about our own.
So who took the bag, Fat Prophet? I want to know. I want to know, Fat Prophet. Put a name on it. Who took the bag and sold hip hop out? Name two niggas.
He did, Rashad. That nigga. Fire God.
Exactly, fat ass nigga.
That nigga just saying a bunch of
This
bullshit.
nigga saying dumb
Hey,
shit. You don't even
Nigga
participate
hey,
in
saying
the
a
look.
song.
bunch of
Let me give
bullshit.
let me give y'all a real world example. I don't know how. Some DJ on Sirius XM on Shady 45 been playing some shit off Dame Black album People Under the Stairs. My partner
Breaking up.
I seen the uptick I'm in the boom. I seen the uptick in his streams off this nigga getting played randomly by a DJ that we didn't ask to play the shit. DJs are still impactful, bro. They really run satellite radio. Them niggas run that shit over there, bro.
I just want to know what DJ Fat Prophet knows that took the bag and sold out the culture. Name a Fat Prophet.
Fat Prophet sold us out. Fat Prophet, you sold us out, nigga. We know you did, nigga.
Patchwork ain't paying
Y'all
that
team
nigga
still
enough.
being
That's
a
why that
troll
nigga
is crazy.
Patchwork ain't paying that nigga enough.
Patchwork.
You
Boy, you got a problem? Suck your mama dick, bitch, nigga.
Who you
Watch
talking
your
to?
mouth when
Hey,
you
it's
talking
not
about
our
mine,
fault.
nigga.
It's not our fault. You're not.
You a sellout, fat
Mute
nigga.
up,
You a
mute up.
sellout.
And who is that? Taliban in your scam artist?
That nigga so goddamn mad, huh?
Hey, that nigga sold out to the Jew. He sold out to the small
Nigga
hats.
so goddamn mad.
Yo, stop trolling Fat
That
Prophet,
nigga
man.
sold
Stop
out.
trolling Fat Prophet, man.
We'll take
Stop
any
trolling
dollar
that man.
coming your way, fuck nigga.
Nigga, he trolling everybody else, Trap.
Ain't
Yo,
nobody
so-
trolling.
so-
I'm
so-
telling the truth.
We know
I got
Taliban
a
to
question
take any
for it,
dollars, so that don't even hurt him,
What's your
nigga.
question?
We know
What's
that.
your question, bro? What's your question, bro? Hold on, mute
Get
up,
your
mute
I
up,
money,
want
mute
young
Fat
up,
nigga.
Prophet to name
mute up,
niggas.
mute up, mute up,
Since he's
mute
so
up, mute
convicted,
up,
name a
mute up.
nigga,
Hold
Fat.
on, mute
money
up,
with
mute
Taliban.
up, mute up, mute
They
up.
can say what they want to say.
Yo, mute up.
Rashad,
What's
let
your
me ask you
question?
this, right? Since you a DJ, you speak on behalf of the DJs, right? And since I always want to exclude the white artists out the culture, why do DJs play these white records?
Nobody said we excluding white people, man. You keep saying that shit, and you have not heard one
But
person
if we
say
not
that.
calling them hip hop, why do hip hop DJs continuously spin
Oh,
these
as a
white
DJ,
records?
here you go, man. Because you I don't know if you're dumb or stupid, but as a DJ, I am in the business of music. The style of DJing I do is a hip hop style. 2 turntables split, mixer in the middle, scratching, blending. That's all hip hop. I'm in the music business though, my nigga. So I play music that keeps me employed. Do you understand that shit?
So the music supersedes the culture.
If I'm at a hip
Bro,
hop
this is
party,
the thing. The hip hop
Let me answer the question. Let me answer. No, Taliban, be quiet for a
Can I
second.
go after Rashad?
Taliban, be quiet. Your name ain't
Hold on,
Rashad.
Taliban.
Let me explain to you, brother. If I'm DJing a hip hop event, I'm playing hip hop music. If I'm in Vegas playing an EDM event, I'm playing EDM music. If I'm at the country hoedown, nigga, or the trail ride, I'm playing Southern Soul. Trail
So
ride,
let me-
nigga, I'm not no one trick pony.
So let me ask you this in a better way.
is you
Like
talking about?
say if a white artist has a buzzing song around the hip hop community, you saying this things that you're unequivocally hip hop. Why do you, as a hip hop DJ in a hip hop setting, play said white record? If you don't feel
Bro,
that is
you keep
hip-hop?
creating a narrative saying that people are saying that white people are. No, nigga, that's not what we saying. So quit trying to say people said shit. What we said is they can participate, they can come to the party. All we did was identify the owners, the maker, cream of the planet, nigga. The fuck is you talking about? If a record is hot as fuck and the crowd wants to hear it, I'm playing the shit. I
So how
play
can
for
you
the
say that?
crowd.
So how can you
I
say
don't
that?
play for my
Let me
opinion.
answer. Can I say something to him, GX? This is what happens, bro. As a person that curates something that's for DJs, my nigga, these younger niggas in the crowd want to hear that shit, bro. Y'all younger dudes want to hear that fucking, I don't know what you call it, but it ain't hip hop. So I understand what you're saying, GX, but it's the crowd that wants to hear that shit. The younger generation wants to hear a lot of that fucking alternative shit, bro.
I don't eat red meat.
Can
But
I
if I
ask a
worked
question?
at
What do you mean
McDonald's,
when you say
hold on, if I
alternative?
worked at McDonald's and niggas ordered Big Macs, I'm not gonna tell them no and you gotta eat the salad and the fillet of fish. I give the people what the fuck they want, my nigga. It ain't about me when I'm serving a community.
Can I go
All
next?
right, hold on,
No,
hold on,
I
hold
don't.
on, hold on, hold on. Let Taliban go, and then there was another person that wanted to tap in. Go ahead.
See, what I was about to say is what happens is the people of like the white people and the labels and their teams, they believe in spending money in the payola. The hip hop artists aren't trying to spend their budget or spend it. They want to spend it on going to the strip club and paying DJs. They're not taking their budget and allocating it into radio or into anything that's gonna give them a buzz or seeing enough to be able to chart a record. That's what's wrong. They putting their money into the wrong places and not even trying to spend enough money. And the white people, they coming in and they spending that bag on shit like digital radio, blogs and record pools to push their music. Go ahead, Chuck.
Not all the way
somebody
true,
else. It was
Taliban.
somebody else that wanted to tap in. Go ahead, bro. You had a question?
My question is, why is the DJs compromising if they were the cornerstone and they supposed to be the tone setters? That's my question.
Here's the answer to your question. The DJs were not the owners of the business of music. Do you not understand the difference between business and let me finish? Do you not understand the difference between business and culture?
You can't consider yourself a hip hop DJ and you code switching no matter what room you're going. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do some type of plug games where you're gonna play you know what I'm saying, majority hip hop music. You can't consider yourself a hip hop DJ.
So let me ask you something. If I'm in Vegas, I'm a DJ. Like that's like saying a barber, if a white boy come in a black barber shop, the barber can't cut his hair. No, nigga, he a barber. So if I'm at an EDM event, which I have played LA Elect, that crowd is EDM. I'm not, you know, I do some acapellas in here, but what I'm saying is I'm not there to play hip hop. I'm a hip hop DJ, but I don't get stuck in hip hop music all the time, bro. If I'm at a wedding, right, and I played a wedding where they said no rap. Do I play rap because I'm a hip hop DJ?
Just a disc jockey.
Nah, nigga, I'm better than anybody you know.
Nigga. Lie. A disc jockey and a DJ is two different things.
No, it's not. It's the exact same thing, brother.
No, listen.
Nigga, this is what I do for a living. The letters DJ stand for disc jockey.
Hold on, Sean.
Nah, I ain't gonna let you false flag my culture and what the fuck I do.
Hold on a second, yo. Hold on a second. Taliban.
I got a point.
Taliban, what's the difference between a disc jockey and a DJ?
So on what Rashad is speaking about, he's not DJing part of a coalition he's not talking about being a part of a radio DJ that's actually breaking records. You know what I'm saying?
You know what DJ stand for? You know what DJ stand for?
Yes.
What?
I own a DJ record. I have a DJ record.
What does DJ stand for? What is the acronym? What does DJ stand for? What does D mean? What does J mean? What the fuck are you talking about then, B? To meet the fuck up.
But no, Rashad is speaking. He's talking about.
It's different.
Rashad trying to say he a mainstream DJ.
He's not a DJ. A DJ.
That's not what he said. Y'all tripping, man.
It's different than a radio DJ and a DJ that's part of a coalition that's actually breaking records and playing records on the radio. That's what I'm trying to say, and I know because he's not the one that's breaking.
It's the difference between a party DJ, and a radio DJ. Then that's what you're saying.
It's different levels to DJing. Yes.
All right. So who you feel like the person?
I'm glad I missed all that was on the phone.
Who's in charge of breaking records nowadays? You feel like, y'all?
I tell you who's in charge. Tony Neal, and for the New York market, it is I forgot his name, but
man, Tony Neal's over core DJ? He's from Milwaukee Cat. He ain't in charge of breaking no fucking records like that,
bro. Yes, he has the impact though. Now,
listen to what I'm telling you, bro.
I'm on the call with him every week, bro.
I don't give a fuck.
All the DJs that's breaking records.
I just left Milwaukee. Listen, bro. I've been knowing Tony Neal longer than you've been breathing air. Let me start with that.
Man, but listen, it's a new era, Rashad. I'm talking about.
Nigga, I'm still. Let me ask y'all. Let me ask you, young niggas, something. What make you think we ain't participating? What make you think I ain't actively involved right now, bro? Please tell me.
Because the false information you giving on this app.
Tony Neal is not in charge of breaking records, bro.
All right, when the last time you broke a record?
Here's who breaks records.
All right, I'm listening.
When the bag comes to said station, first off, labels is still in control. Labels are still in control.
Duh, they're
Now,
outsourcing
so
the record
Tony,
pool
yo,
companies. That's what
shut
I'm
up and
telling you.
listen, man. You asked me a question. Tony Neal don't run no label, right?